slavery. Ladies and gentlemen,
he's on fire.
Put your camera back
on. What are you doing?
What is that?
What is that? Pizza?
It's a pork chop.
That thin ass pork. Is that the end of it?
That's the end of it.
Okay.
I hope so.
Chops, no fork. Welcome back to an almost complete episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. Oh shit, it's about to be fully completed. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's stall for a little longer.
Here we go.
Hey!
All right, man. What's going on, everybody?
Hey there, hi there. Is finally healthy. Let's go.
Clips.
Nah, that's on me, man. I ain't gonna lie. The
right
sleep
now.
schedule finally got me, guys. I was knocked the out. Oh my god.
I knew.
So,
what's the new sleep schedule these days?
well, I was up from midnight to fucking 2. So, yeah.
2 p.m.
To 2 p.m. Yeah, I didn't even it wasn't even on stream. It was man, boy, I gotta do better. But yeah, I'm good now.
How y'all doing today, man? I got my guys here with me. TSO Sage, and the S stands for Sleepy.
Yeah, go ahead, because I ain't gonna lie, that's what it was. But I'm doing good, party people. I'm doing good, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a nice little podcast today. Hopefully, on live television, we don't talk about how much we don't want to be here.
Oh, well. Hold on. Damo, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a cool little day, cool little days. Miss you guys. Glad Souls is back. Just been, keeping the Discord alive how I always do, man. Nothing
Bro,
new.
Stop playing 2K when I'm not in the house. Bro, y'all keep doing that, bro.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I share location with niggas. I didn't.
Damn, bro. Like every time I literally be in the car, barbershop at everyone. Oh my god. Everyone. Like, damn.
I be wanting to see the runs, or at least participate for real. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey man, y'all see the ads, man. Come on, just pull up.
Then the nigga was like, last pod, someone was like, oh yeah, I work till 6 and I'm only off on the weekends. Damo. Tough luck, me.
Yeah, he didn't care. He did not care.
And you missed the runs, buddy. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, so I just don't know. I dropped the Q&A link, by the way, in the chat. B Souls, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing great. Back from vacation. Feel refreshed.
Yes, sir.
I'm good, man.
Okay, man.
How was LA, bro?
Always chill, man. Perfect time to be in February, middle February. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Not too hot.
You got a break from winter.
Not too cold. That's really
you got a break from winter, man.
Yeah, just right, man. Just right. I see the hype now. I get the hype.
You came back to snow?
It wasn't snowing, but there was snow on the ground, and it was like 29 degrees. So,
That sound fun.
Makes you want to go back. Off the strength.
Yeah.
Everybody play like a goofball up there now.
Seeing all the Laker statues we were talking about, that one stream. I think the best looking one was probably Shaq, just in terms of accuracy. But in terms of aura, the Kobe one got it, man. It's right in the center. Not like this.
Yeah. One of one. Well, one of three, but one of one.
One of three. Yeah.
One of one for real. One of three for real. So, anyway, if you're new to this, you want to be true to this, make sure you hit that join button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you put the noties on. Make sure you are sharing all of the clips and all of the videos and all the things. Let's keep it a buck and stay a part of the verse.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is working. No bullshit. Somebody came up to me at work today. Thought he was about to fire my black ass. Knocked on the door. Came in the room I was in. He said, "Are you busy right now?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, okay." I just want to say, "What's good on Meezy?" Me. Oh God. My brother, this is a 9 to 5.
Damn.
Leave that buffoonery at the door. That's what I wanted to say so bad, but had to say I appreciate it when I really didn't. So.
Oh, Meezy at the desk is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
But anyway, with that being said, damn, I sent the Q&A link out because one guy acted like he wanted to get up here so bad. We're gonna do things in reverse, but I mean, I guess we might as well start where we always start. This kind of doesn't have too much to do with anything that like we're, pressing to talk about. I saw this clip of KD, like just came on the timeline. Just graced the timeline.
Okay.
Y'all gotta. What's that? How that song go? You got to know when to hold them.
Oh no.
Know when to fold them.
More goat talk.
No. Just he's walking in the arena. A fan calls him a bitch and does not think that he'll turn around. So. Just,
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Whoa.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
That's all of 7 feet right there. That's
yeah, niggas look 7 feet close. I ain't going.
Yeah, shake his hand. Yo, a gift.
Dab me up.
She said I didn't.
Do y'all hear what he's saying?
I know.
Nah.
So, and it's kind of hard to make
Parks
out.
is bugging, bro.
Yo, shut up, Lisa.
Yo, stop, bro.
You gotta stop. Literally, he's asking him about him calling him a bitch, and I ain't gonna lie. Somebody gonna say I'm racist. This is the white people thing. He said my best friend lifetime died 4 years ago on this day today. Kevin Durant is like, what does that have to do with you calling me a bitch? I don't understand none of that at all.
Well, you gotta understand, bro. I'm just upset.
Oh,
I watch your podcast.
Host a podcast.
Oh,
So you called him,
my God.
So you called him a bitch because you host a podcast, nigga? What?
Oh my God.
That really is Parks.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen this. I probably should just say this. So then they were going to kick him out, but Kevin Durant came and saved them. Hold on, wait, what's the other clip? KD comes and saves their ass.
He said, "Don't act like something."
A bitch.
Yeah,
She should've
he said, "Don't act like something, but let him rock." Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I think maybe we don't agree. Yeah, W ain't there. That's just. Would y'all kick bro out? I guess that's the question. Would y'all pack bro the fuck up?
Hell, it's this after the excuse. And mind you, that's my first time seeing
And
it.
nigga said, that nigga did say, "Yo, my friend died that day," or I have a podcast. For me, I didn't hear that part. I heard I have a podcast though. I was kind of tight.
I would have kicked him out if I had the power.
100%.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
100%.
First of all, I'd have kicked him out. I'd have kicked him out, and I'd have got the security guard sitting right there looking lost, fired too. Because nigga, you heard what the fuck he said. He was sitting right behind you, literally right behind the security guard when he said it. Then he go over to security. What happened, Kip? What's going on? Yeah, nigga, you're fired.
You sure he called you a bitch, Kev?
You're looking like, nah, gang. Like you're out of there too, my guy.
I'd have let him rock.
Nah, I'm gonna kick him out and have a generational game. Fuck him. You ain't gonna see it either, nigga.
I'm dropping 82 that night.
I'm dropping 80. I'm trying for 82. Don't care what the numbers look like afterwards. I am going for 80 motherfucking 2.
That nigga's petty as hell.
Fuck him.
Nah, it is. Fuck him. Well, I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. I don't know. I just wouldn't give a fuck. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at putting him out of there, bro. Bro did call me a bitch and then go, "Oh, I got a podcast." I don't.
Then try to gaslight me with his dead black friend in his podcast. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And that's why you a bitch. Like, all right, bro.
Yeah, you understand why I called you a bitch on this day.
My dead friend called you a bitch one time we was playing 2K. I was here to commemorate his memory. Like, all right, bro.
You want to know what the last thing I called him? A bitch. Like, bro.
My bitch is different. I got a different type of bitch when I call people a bitch. It's not offensive. Like, all right,
It's
bro.
lingo. It's provocative.
It's culture. All right, dog. What?
Yeah, you don't
It
get
keeps
it.
the people going. All right.
Really, that's what I call my wife right here. She's a fat bitch. You don't see.
Never called his friend a bitch.
Kevin, high five.
No, girl was funny too.
Kevin, no one called you a bitch. I just want a high five.
You're not gonna come on.
Kevin, come on.
She can go to fuck, bruh.
I want to talk about our friend of the show, JJ Reddick.
I'm out of town. Taking with my round.
New media.
We got to get back into the swing of things no more, man. We ain't got the chat over here on StreamYard no more. We got the random alerts.
Shit just changed.
Nah, yeah. I definitely had to open that second tab. I just had my head down, did that.
Was it better?
It was conveniency. There's nothing about better or worse.
Pulling up the chats. It was a back in the old day. It was nostalgic. That's what it was. It was nostalgic.
Did y'all bring up like subs and shit? Shout out to you for the resub.
No,
can't do that still.
And honestly, they don't care about none of that. So
I didn't even know the subs were working. I thought they were broke.
So JJ Reddick, we did, and nobody cared. I ain't gonna lie. JJ Reddick was on First Take episode February 20th, and this is what he had to say about friend of the show, Doc Rivers.
I've seen the trend for years.
What's the trend?
The trend is always making excuses. Doc, we get it. Taking over a team in the middle of the season is hard. It's hard. We get it. Just like getting traded in the middle of the season is hard for a player. We get it. But it's always an excuse. It's always throwing your team under the bus. They lose to Memphis. Oh, it's his players. Memphis was playing G League guys and two-way guys. Then you look at his quotes over the weekend. Now he wants to take credit for the James Harden trade to the Clippers working out. He wants credit for that. There's never accountability with that guy. There's never accountability.
Well, let me say a couple of things. Number one, that's a very serious thing to say, and we should take it serious. Because we should take it serious.
You can take it serious.
He seemed pretty serious.
Let me finish. You should take it serious. Play for him. So for you to say something like that, it matters. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to say this because Doc Rivers needs to hear, and I got love for him, but he needs to hear this. Okay, just go out there and coach, because here's the deal: you were in an advisor's role in Milwaukee. Now you head. You brought that up, and the more you talk about how difficult this is, the more it brings attention to. Wait a minute. Nobody's trying to hear that. Got the job, go win. Go win. Yeah. It's just that simple, because it didn't happen in LA all of those years. Didn't happen in Philadelphia. And now I've said this, JJ, the second he got the job. If Doc Rivers doesn't, I'm not talking about because he came in there halfway through, but if Doc Rivers between this year and next season doesn't win, I think it'll be his last head coaching job in the NBA.
Man, we said that last time, bro.
We said that, man. We said that like 5 times ago. I ain't gonna lie. That boy told Doc, the best advice I can give you is to win games. All right, bro.
No, he didn't even say that. He said, just coach.
Just coach. just keep clocking in.
Now, this comes off the heels of Cock Rivers doing exactly what we told him to do. Exactly what we told him to do.
Coach?
We said, no. We said on this podcast that we should go, or coaches should go on different platforms and just tell the truth. They should just spill the beans, let people know their actual absolute perspectives, be truthful, call people out, because coaches are the first ones to blame. Their heads are always on the chopping block, et cetera, et cetera. And so he does that. Doc essentially does that. And I'm about to play the clip. But I'm not going to lie. What makes this so bad is that Doc Rivers doesn't have too many fans left. Like, from his ex-player's perspective, JJ Reddick was like one of the last guys. He was one of the last guys that was a true, legitimate fan of Doc Rivers. But it looks like he just lost him. Let me see if I can find these comments, but let me riff for a second. How do y'all feel about what JJ said before I play his stuff?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, from part 1 of the feud, it's like, if I don't know how much Doc has necessarily pushed off. We're about to find that out, but if Doc is just out here not taking any accountability, that's just one of them things where you don't realize you're the common denominator. And I don't like that. Like at the end of the day, I ain't had a hug since 2nd grade. I can talk about how this girl was a hoe. I can talk about how this girl just wanted bread. I can talk about this girl's having Twitter brain, all that shit. But eventually, if there's something wrong with everyone else but me, let's take a look in the mirror, gang.
From everything that I've seen, and maybe this is a little bit too far into the convo right now, I just find it very ironic, I guess, that everyone who has tried to counter JJ has not countered his point whatsoever. It has all been about, JJ, you played for this guy. How could you say that? And the closest thing to actually attacking the point is what Austin Rivers said, but even he didn't really attack the point. Like, he brought up a different point. So, and the only clip that I seen from Doc Rivers was literally him detailing his coaching history and blaming everyone else. He was like, yeah, I mean, when I was with the Clippers, I blew a 3-1 lead, but people don't want to talk about how Chris Paul was injured the first 2 games. First 2 games? You bringing up the first 2 games when you blew a 3-1 lead?
First 2 games, a 3-1 lead. That nigga said we really should have swept them.
The only thing he said, I forgot what he said about the Orlando days, but he was like,
I got the video up.
Yeah.
Second, but you finish your point.
Yeah, no, it was just funny to me that JJ may be wrong, but all I've seen is nothing has really attacked this point for real. So he's right till he's wrong. I don't know.
Let me play this before you. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was about to say, I just wanted to get it out before before the clip started. I have no issue. Hold on, my mic is too far. I have no issue with what Doc did. I believe, hey man, coaches need to go out there and blame somebody because, everyone blames them. Anytime something goes wrong, the coach is quick to get blamed. So and all I hope is that he's being honest about if he is blaming somebody, because I haven't seen all of the clip. I seen him talking about it for real, and I've seen the comments around it. So I don't even know necessarily what exactly he said or who he blamed. All I would hope is, outside of the Chris Paul thing, which is crazy, you blaming game 1 and 2 when you blew a 3-1 lead. Insane. But if he's blaming attitudes or locker room stuff or anything where it's like we didn't know that, I'm all for it. And I also want to say JJ is speaking strictly from a ex-player's perspective, an ex-player of the God's perspective. That was not ESPN JJ. That was
not at all.
former Clipper JJ. That was livid with him. So
I ain't ever missed the playoffs, JJ. Shit.
Yeah, that was a different JJ.
So
even though I feel like JJ was on the right, I don't think Doc was wrong. Go ahead.
Let's get into the meat and the potatoes, the actual meat and potatoes. This is where it kind of starts. Doc Rivers talking about how he got his job in Milwaukee.
Personally, I'll be honest. I told our owners when they called, I said, I think I don't understand why you're doing this. And they said, one of the things they said was, well, it doesn't matter. We've done it now, and
oh my God,
we want you. And so that was a tough one. That's where you had the hesitation. Personally.
Now, I've heard stories about Doc Rivers in the past, specifically about like from Ty Lue. And I just assumed he was a realer. He was a real one. Like he was a realer nigga than this, basically. Don't take that job. I know it's a lot of money to turn down. I know it's a lot of, you might get a lot of heat, a lot of backlash. Don't take that job. If you truly are genuine about that's my friend. That is a guy that I've consulted. He's one of the black coaches I'm looking out for, et cetera, et cetera. Don't take that job. But that's just me. That's my perspective. He goes on in that same interview to act like he was right about everything. Did y'all know that he told the Clippers to trade for James Harden?
He also consulted the Clippers, apparently. Yes.
Yeah.
The Clippers. Wait. He told the Clippers to trade for James Harden as he's the coach of the Sixers.
Hey.
Oh, so he knew he was done. That's crazy.
That's
he
Doc
knew
Paul,
he was
bro.
on the way out. That's wild.
That's Doc Stradamus. Now, mind you, hold on. It gets even crazier. It gets even crazier because he also looked at Kawhi and said, "This is when he was coaching the Clippers. Hey, are you sure you want to get Paul George? We have this Shai Gilgeous-Alexander guy."
There's an imposter among us. There's an imposter among us.
Is that real? He said that.
That's real. That's what he said. You didn't see that?
Emergency meeting.
Nah, that's the one I didn't see.
He said Doc Rivers revealed he attempted to influence Kawhi Leonard's perspective on SGA, his potential. I even brought it up to Kawhi. Are you sure? I think Shea is going to be an amazing player. It may take a year or two, but I think you're underestimating how good Shea's going to be.
Damn, he's so misunderstood, bro. He's been dry jacked.
Low key, I like this. So this goes to the theory of, hey man, these players really be out here playing GM, man. Unless he lying, unless Kawhi come out and tell the media that's not what happened. I mean, is Doc a liar? If you think Doc's a liar, cool, Omar. Think Doc's lying. But me personally, that nigga ain't lied to me.
That's a different perspective.
I think we blame coaches too much.
You know, and
front office players.
You know who name I'm a lie on? Kawhi Leonard. He ain't never gonna come out and say, "Damn thing."
This is my city now. All right, dog.
He ain't
single billboard when I was out there.
That
buddy.
was the name to say. Yeah, I was trying to talk to him.
That was a big brain play
he wasn't
right
responding, bro. I don't know.
That was a big brain play by Doc. I ain't gonna lie. If he is lying, you picked a good lie, my nigga.
I was talking to Zubac the other day, and
he said Zubac. Paul George would have went on his podcast and talk. You know, James a bitch. He talk every day, so you know it is what it is.
SGA would have talked one day.
Yeah,
only like 24.
But you know who's not gonna talk?
Kawhi
Leonard.
Kawhi about to pop out in 20 years on the podcast. Y'all remember that season where Doc just got halfway through the season, got his job? I know he lied, right? He ain't never talked to me about SGA.
Oh my god.
So some of this stuff is what caused JJ. I'm trying to go through it.
4-year-old, bro.
Some of this stuff is what caused JJ to just jump off the porch like that and talk about his accountability. Now they pulled up the Carfax on Doc. I ain't gonna lie. When they say he doesn't hold himself accountable, this is what they meant right here.
I wish y'all would tell the whole story with me. All right. My Orlando team was the 8th seed. No one gives me credit for getting up against the Pistons who won the title. That was the 8th seed. I dare you to go back and look at that roster, and you would say, "Got a hell of a coaching job." The Clipper team that we lost. Chris Paul didn't play in the first 2 games and was playing on one leg. And we didn't have home court. And then the last one, to me, is the one we blew. That's the one I said, we blew that. But that was in the bubble. And anything can happen in the bubble. There's no home court. You know, but it just happened. Wish y'all would tell the whole story.
Oh, you didn't say no, Doc. I ain't gonna lie. Round 2 goes to JJ Reddick because I'm not gonna lie. He pulled not even what like we be doing sometimes. He just literally said, "Okay, this is every reason why I'm gonna say it's not my fault." But shit just be happening, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like no, bro. You perfectly explained the flaw. And then the counter to the flaw was that team was just that damn good. Like, I don't know, bro. The Pistons were just that good. Like, what do you want me to do? When we blew the 3-1 lead, well, it's not like we swept them. Chris Paul was down. What do you want me to do? When that other time we blew a 3-1 lead. M-I-C-K-E. Like, shut up, Doc. I ain't gonna lie. Shut up, Doc, man. That's crazy. Game 2 goes to JJ.
It's one thing to sit there and say, "Oh man, I mean, we didn't have home court advantage." No one talks about that. We went up 3-1, but we didn't have home court, so it was adversity.
Maybe.
If you want to say that, if you're a person that believes in home court advantage, fine. I'll listen to you argue. I am not about to listen to a coach sit there and say, "You know what no one give me the credit for? Having an 8th seed and coaching good." Nigga, what? He was the 8th seed. No one talks about that. No one talks about how good of a coach job I did for a team that's 8th seed. Nigga, that is your job. That is, you wanted credit for doing. I take care of my kids. Good job, nigga. That's what you're supposed to do. You want credit for what you're supposed to do? No. What are we talking? You want to add a boy for coaching an 8th seed? That's how you know he is. If there's one nigga that listens to the media and social media's perception of him, it's fucking Doc Rivers. Because that was a shot at everyone. Bro, you can go back to the Magic days. He ain't never been shit. I was coaching the 8th seed. No one talks about. Like, all right,
Nah,
There's not some Clipper series that he's forgetting because didn't they lose?
there's
to
tons of them.
he talked about 1 year with the Clippers. He talked about one series.
Yeah, and then also weren't
He
they
Lost
lost
to
to
the
Corey
Rockets.
Brewer and Josh Smith. What are we doing?
weren't y'all up in Boston a couple times on Miami and they came back? I think it was like 3-2 though. But
Yeah, game 6, that was a closeout game for us, and LeBron dicked us down. Like, yeah.
I'm just presenting it. I just don't know.
Game 7, 2010, Game 7 in the finals. That was winnable.
Well,
Too much on
Ron
Josh Smith.
Artest.
No. Way too much on Josh Smith and fucking Houston. Like, no, bro, no. That game, I feel like some of y'all too young, bro. That game was nuts.
well, like I said earlier, he doesn't have too many defenders. If you ever listen to All the Smoke, Matt, that's one reason why I do like listening to All the Smoke. Matt Barnes do not care. Okay. The other players on the team, I've heard DJ say a couple, little slight jabs, Blake or whatever. Now JJ,
I think Pierce and KG are still Doc fans.
they're pretty. They are still pretty high on him. But who's always gonna be high on him? Room on that Yamaha, chromed out 1100. What I'm doing, getting money. What we doing, getting money. Right? What they doing, hating on us, but they never cross. Cash money still accompanying. Bitch, I'm the boss, and I'm just stunned like my daddy.
That was a nasty way to
His son's gonna come to his defense.
Good.
Don't be talking about my pa, right? Oh, I can't really play this like this. I can't play that like that. Oh.
First off, I don't feel responsible to take up for my dad. He's a grown man. He can do his own thing.
You proceed to go on a 2-minute monologue. You don't feel responsible for your daddy.
In this regard, I just simply don't agree with it. For someone who's not accountable, he seems to always be held responsible, considering he's the guy that's always fired when things don't go right. He got fired in the bubble for a 3-1 lead versus the Denver Nuggets, which in half his team didn't want to be. Mine wasn't there. He had guys.
Is this what
you're down that second half. You're down, but you got second half. Let's get it going. Let's. It's not a blowout. It's not a blowout. 10-point lead. 10-point lead. 10-point lead.
Leave. That happened. Then he gets fired for losing to a team that was favored over him, which was the Celtics last year. It seems like he's always responsible.
All right, bro.
It's just strange coming from JJ. And I have some love for JJ. You're my dookie. You know that. You're my bro. I love you. It's just your best years were with the Clippers. I don't think he saved your career. I appreciate you, Pat. But I don't think it – I mean, this just seems a little bit weird. They're 3-7. Dame has missed most of those games. Middleton's missed a lot of those games. They haven't even had their full team yet. We'll see what happens. The pressure is there. They do have to perform. But in terms of accountability, like, what are we doing here? Your best years in the NBA were when you played for him in the Clippers. Let's not forget that. I don't know if there's like frustration there or there's tension there between you. I know a lot of times we had to sit you towards the end of the game due to defensive reasons.
Not too much now.
I give him a game. I give him a
Not
game.
too much now.
Hey, hold on. I told you the game weren't over. That's 2-1.
You guys have to slide that in there.
If you see how this plays out, I
That's
don't know if they're able
I
to
said
take
a
away
game. I ain't
games.
say the
But
series. I said a game. He ain't get swept.
I know the outcome, but it just hits. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey.
in the moment, yeah.
What do I say about Joan and them motherfuckers? Hey, sometimes you just gotta be fucking funny. And in this case, hey, that was
low key.
Whoa.
Low key, it's gonna sound crazy, but you know how people on Twitter, like, if you arguing with a fat person, all they're gonna say is, "Yeah, but you're fat," and it really don't be here. But then sometimes it's like, damn, I ain't
Until
gonna
they make AI pictures of
Yeah, they got you.
Yeah.
They got you. Let me keep playing it though. I ain't gonna lie, they got him. They got him.
But you had your best years as a starter there, especially our whole system was drafted around you because you're a shooter. You're not a guy who can put the ball on the floor. You were a strictly shoot guy. You're not like Klay Thompson or Steph who could put the ball on the floor. You were a guy who could catch and shoot. And you did it at a high level. Hell of a career, by the way. Big fan. But your best years were under him. It's just very ironic and kind of weird that you have this energy towards him in terms of him never, ever being accountable, considering he's always been responsible.
Oh, God. Nah, I would defend my daddy, too. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't smoke for Austin Rivers. I'm defending my dad. Fuck all y'all bitches. Okay?
No more games played, or we got more clips?
We
got more clips. All right, yeah, 2-1.
Here's game 6, game 7. We're in game 6, game 7.
Give me your new challenger. Give me your new challenger. Sage, give me your.
Here comes a new challenger.
So not only does Doc have his son, you gotta have your son, man. If you don't got your son, he ain't got nobody.
Okay.
You Joe Jackson.
In comes the teacher's pet. Now look. Not too much on Mr. Johnson.
Bro.
What the fuck?
Yo, this guy right here.
This guy missed the podcast, bro. I swear.
So Pat Beverly really was the first one to fire back, right? Pat Beverly was really the first one to fire back. And I think the tweets came before the podcast clip, if I'm not mistaken. His tweets came before his podcast clip, and then he went on the podcast, right? I think that's the story, the timing. So Patrick Beverly gets on, Patrick Beverly gets on Twitter to respond to JJ or whatever the case may be, and he says, "Is it the right one? This is the right one." It's not the right one. I think that was not AI porn. He says, "This man Doc actually saved your career.
Oh shit!
Started you when no one else wanted to, and you retire, go on TV and say that at JJ Reddick." Now, I'll personally say this is some projecting from Pat Beverly.
Hey, I'm gonna call it a 5-point first quarter lead. Call him a little lead. Let's see if he loses it.
Is totally a fringe NBA guy, like
100%,
hanging on by a super thread.
Value that, especially the way he got drafted. He'd be the type to value.
Not even that. Even in the peak of his career, where you could argue, and was he on those Clipper teams when Doc was coaching? Doc was there when he was.
I think the year before Kawhi and PG came, that was like the Patrick Beverly, Lou Will Clippers. Crazy.
Crazy.
Doc coaching the team though?
No, that might be Ty Lue coaching. Right? I think it was Doc.
The bubble, he was definitely on that team, and Doc was there.
I was talking about like the hay years.
Yeah, you're talking about 2017-18 or 18-19?
2017-18 is what I'm talking about.
Let me see. So at 17, when was that playoff year? I know what you're talking about. Oh, 18-19. Sorry, he was. Oh, hold on. Sorry, says
he was on it. He was on it from 17-18, 18-19.
He was there.
Another year.
Doc was there the whole time. What I was getting by that was saying the way that Pat is talking to JJ Reddick, I agree with Omar. I feel like projecting because it feels like Pat is talking to a nigga he views as himself, and he's talking to him in the lens of how Doc probably did his career. Because pretty fair to say, Pat, when Doc was starting you, nigga, no one else wanted to start you. That niggas hated Pat Bev. Like, I don't like. He was always one of those. Oh, yeah, if he's on your team, you love him. If you're going against him, you hate him. A lot of niggas was not trying to start Pat Bev. Like, he was a cool little role player, scrappy little guy, play some defense.
Little guy's crazy.
But I mean, I can say that I'm taller than him. But
oh my god,
I'm just saying. You're talking about yourself, and I don't think that you should be talking to JJ the way you're talking to him, buddy, because JJ was not in that situation. Like, I think JJ could have went other places and still started, buddy. I don't know about that.
Well, Damo, JJ Reddick also agrees with you because he follows that up with, Pat, my guy, I had a 4-year offer with player options for the same money to be a starter for a different team.
And we come out of the half. JJ takes an 8-point lead. What a swing. Oh, is that the end of the game? Oh, Jay, that's
no. There's more.
No.
Okay.
Master class incoming, buddy.
Okay,
you know. Hey. It is about to be crazy because my guy JJ is never done. So that part happens, right? And then Pat Beverly, he's gonna keep going. He got to get his get back. He has got to get his get back for this one. He goes on his podcast, with Roan, with his white guy, and sits down with RJ. Of course, they got to talk about it. You guys know they got to talk about it, right? Right.
I think they do the pod and upload the same day. That's what makes this shit funny.
the game.
This messy ass. What the hell?
Stupid asses.
No, I fuck with him. I fuck with RJ.
This is drama for him, man.
RJ's hilarious.
Nah,
RJ's
they
hilarious.
stupid.
So you know my guy, the analytics man, JJ says, luckily the cameras in the arena have better eyes than you. 289 half-court matchups, 21 for 56 shooting by Harden as contesting defender, 38% field goal percentage, 43 EFG, 0.94 points per direct ISO allowed on 37 ISOs. And if I guess that's getting torched. And if I'm not mistaken, that's when James was like flirting with 1 point something or whatever in the regular season. But I guess that's getting torched.
That's oh man, that if there's no respond there, that's a 5-game series for JJ Reddick, ladies and gentlemen. I will be honest. I feel like the naysayers of JJ, they pulled a lot of good cards. They had a couple of gotchas, but that's what I talk about when I say gotchas go too far. Because one, we never talked about Doc's accountability. At some point, this turned into the career of JJ Reddick, and he was like, "My career doesn't suck. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Like, my career is not bad, actually. A lot of people kept signing me, kept offering me teams, roster spots because they wanted to go to the playoffs, which I'm capable of doing. And not that he's like fucking LeBron or anything, but you know, that's very impressive. I'm hearing that he has a video as well. He is definitely up 20 at half if game 5 isn't concluded. And if the video cooked, then wallahi, you know my answer. But I just think from what I've seen from Doc Rivers and what I've heard of him essentially throwing players under the bus afterwards, I mean, he threw the people that hired him under the bus. So far, I have to say that it seems to be somewhat true. I don't know the man, but it does look to be true. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I like the coaches commentating on stuff when they're retired. But hey, it makes for some good drama when they active too. I ain't gonna lie, it makes for some good drama when they active. But I really was talking about when they retire. If we were referencing the old bug.
The only bail I'll throw Doc Rivers right now is because I said this when the initial criticism came out. Is the same bail I've thrown even Darvin Ham and Joe Mazzulla to a certain extent, bro. Like when you hire someone in the middle of the season, like that it's a big adjustment for the whole team to just adapt to this new coach in the middle of the season. You know, try to adapt new systems and all of that stuff. So I still believe that's the case with Doc Rivers. And doing that halfway through the season, let alone like this is your first time with this crew specifically, is a tougher task than a lot of other tasks out there for coaches. But in terms of everything that JJ said, I mean, he backed everything up. You know, I'm a big fan of backing up your takes with data and analytics and explaining why you believe the way that you do, and he did exactly that. So can't really say JJ Reddick was wrong in this regard.
I just felt in this situation, one, JJ cooked every chance that he got. I don't like how everyone who rebutted, whether they were saying things I agree with, thought was funny, or whatever the case was, no one stuck to the point of what JJ was talking about. Yeah. Even when Austin Rivers was defending his dad, I've never understood. I didn't understand when he was saying it. I'm sitting here thinking about this entire time. I don't know how he wasn't held accountable when he was deemed responsible. Yeah, motherfucker, because he didn't hold himself accountable. Everyone else said he's responsible for what was going wrong. Though, just because niggas deem you responsible don't mean that you held yourself accountable. What are we doing? So off the rip, we are talking two different things. It reminds me of a Twitter space. People just harping on the wrong things to be right against somebody. Like, you don't want to address the problem because you don't know, or you don't have an argument, or they're actually telling the truth. So you harp on something very small and minuscule, or you create something, you fabricate something like, I don't know, man, they should have started Jamal Crawford to the youth. If we're being honest. No, nigga, you're lying. We're not being honest. You're lying right now if we're going to act like that was the right coaching decision to start again, ladies and gentlemen, start on a team with Chris Paul as your point guard, start the on-ball ISO 2 with no defense over the off-ball mobile catch-and-shoot three-point shooter with no defense. Demon narratives, what the narratives are, because he showed them stats. James Harden was not cooking him. But it would make sense to get the guy that fits better with Chris Paul. So no, we're not being honest right now. Niggas are telling lies. Niggas is making up stuff to argue or whatever it is. The shit's sad, and I can't wait. And you said JJ had a video stage, like JJ's talking about.
According to chat, Chad was saying JJ had a response.
He has a 5-minute video. We don't need it. I'm about to say we don't need.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I know what I'm watching on stream tomorrow because I can't wait to see him cook.
Yeah, follow only Damo97 on Twitch if you want to see that response to that video.
Facts.
Yeah, I just.
Also, Jordan Poole got benched tonight. Good.
Oh, I was going to a Wizard game soon, bro. Oh no, I gotta watch.
Still the 6th man. Nothing's changed.
Oh no.
And we're gonna stay on the theme of coaches getting baked in their rebuttals because Gilbert Arenas and the guys, specifically Kenyon Martin, responded to George Karl recently. But I mean, I think I'll say this to give Doc Rivers this bit of grace. We said it last time we had this coaches conversation. I even think coaches are sick of getting the full brunt of the force. They just are, for getting fired, for getting blamed, for players being able to come out and spin this revisionist history about certain things. Although it is an excuse, I totally agree with what Austin Rivers said. Now, they were up in the bubble, but I totally agree, especially after Lou Will comes out and says, yeah, we didn't want to be there. Like a collective of us. We didn't want to be there. We wasn't focused. I was trying to get to the strip club as fast as possible. Shit, y'all was locked down. Atlanta wasn't locked down. So I didn't want to be here playing no basketball. I didn't play basketball my whole life. So I think that there is some credibility to that. And right, Doc Rivers shouldn't get 100% of the blame. And I think it is hard to do, and it is tiring after a long time where somebody just blames you. Now you want to flip it and just try to take as much off of you as possible. But the middle ground exists. Doc, you hold some blame. Players, you also hold some blame. But with that if that statement is true, that means you have to acknowledge that you do hold some blame. But Damo's right. I like going back and rewriting that history, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I told him about SGA. Not gonna lie, I told him about SGA. So it is what it is.
But even in that press conference where he was detailing his history, I know we were laughing at the time, but ultimately I think what he was trying to get away, I think he just worded it very poorly, was yes, there is blame for me and I understand why y'all are blaming me, but damn, it's y'all don't look at any of the good shit that I did. So I think that's his overarching point that was missed, but which I do agree. A lot of people, especially when you underachieve every single year, the focus is always on when you choke, but people never talk about the first 3 games when you were dominating, you leading and coaching this team to a 60-win team perennially, which in my opinion is still a sign of a good coach. Maybe just not a championship coach. He can still be overrated, but to me, Doc is still a good coach at the end of the day. Hot take, but
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Damn all that one credit for what you do right shit. You get that every once a year when you meet up with the 08 Celtics to have your annual dinner. That's when you get your flowers, buddy. Other than that, your career is. I promise you, no one just talks about when Jerry West won. If they talk about Jerry West, they're gonna bring up the non-losses. That gets brought up. You talk about it because it's a glaring issue in your legacy. Of course, your legacy isn't only the underachievements, but when you stack the roster of players that you have coached or had the potential, you talked your way out of Tim Duncan, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. You talked your way out. You messed up you getting Tim Duncan in Orlando. So if you
that's not crazy, that's too much, Damo. That part is too much. Yeah,
it's not. But if you stack up the roster and the talent of players that you had compared to a lot of these other coaches, man, stop it. We're not about to sit here and just look at the good. No, nigga, because there's a lot of bad here. It's one thing if it's disparity between the good and the bad. You got a lot of good and a lot of bad. Nigga, you got a little bit of good and a whole lot of bad. I don't know what you want to. We'll talk about a little bit. How about that? We'll talk about all your little achievements. Not little achievements. I don't want to say your little achievements. It's a championship. We'll talk about your achievements a little bit more than we have before. But
that's all he's saying, though. That's my thing. That's all he's saying. He's not saying to just talk about the good shit now. He's just acknowledge it. It's not all bad. That's all he's saying.
But that's my thing, though. When we talk about Doc, I ain't gonna lie, unless I'm mistaken, and it's like I somewhat disagree with, like, not what everybody's saying, but just a wee bit, because I feel like we do talk about what Doc does well. The narrative around Doc Rivers is that he can win you 50 games, he can win you 60 games, but you can't trust that man to contain the lead. You can't trust the man to win when he's favored, and you damn well can't trust him to come back when he's not favored. And you just, like, come postseason time, he's one of those ones. I think everybody knows that when your team hires Doc Rivers, you're likely trying to win a championship, and he's going to be able to get you to the dance. I don't think people think that Doc Rivers can't get you to the playoffs. I think the narrative with Doc Rivers is once you get to the playoffs, you're just gonna fucking wet the bed for no reason. I mean, that's pretty consistent with his whole career, multiple 50-win, 55-win seasons, and he can't get it done. I think even in situations like the bubble, where me and Omar disagree there, I ain't gonna lie, man. There's some level of coaching that goes into, hey, getting your players in the right mindset. You couldn't get them boys to lock in for a game. I can't do it. I'm not gonna lie. I hear them. I know it's definitely true. If Lou Williams himself were going to talk about it, if JJ Reddick, Austin Rivers, I know they weren't necessarily there, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I get it's true, but, like, man,
but
y'all got to lock in, bro. Y'all got to lock in.
What we saying is, Sage, you tell me to lock in, see if I lock in. I done been in that position.
It's not all his fault, but when he plays a part in that, and he plays a part in 3-1 lead and another 3-1 lead and 2-1 lead, I ain't got going on with Milwaukee. It's too many times where you're at fault here, where I'm gonna go, oh yeah, for sure. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, who else? Well, I'm not gonna blame that fucking Clippers team. Paul Pierce, KG, all these players for sure. I don't know why the fuck when it's Doc Rivers names, we don't just go out the way and be like, yo, you blew like, what the fuck up with you? Like, we only talk about Doc Rivers. Kawhi blew a 3-1 lead. Nobody likes talking about that. But at the same time, Doc, you is the common nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
I think what Bezos is saying is right. He just wants you to say the full story, which, you know, and we'll talk about this in a little bit too, right? Like right after this Kenyon Martin, George Karl thing, is that everybody has narratives bias, and specifically depending on where you get your sports analysis from, they don't talk about the good a little bit. They don't talk about, you know, they are strictly gonna stay on the bad.
On live television, that's true.
So I just want to make that clear. Let's tune in to some more coach hate with a friend of the show, Kenyon Martin.
Oh,
force him scared of him.
Well, fuck George Karl.
Yo,
let's get that out the way. Like, fuck him and the horse he rode in on. Like,
type shit.
If he's not writing this, then somebody is, and whoever's writing it need to fucking chill. Like, talking about somebody bringing up old shit. Like, you the only, like, motherfucker that wrote a book. Like, all this started, didn't nobody have nothing to say about dude till you wrote the book. And we was living our lives, man. Like, when I found out about the bullshit book, I was at the gas pump getting ready to take my daughter to Disney for her birthday. I would call that first thing in the morning about this shit. So, bringing up old shit, like, no, bruh. And so, yeah, me and Melo was there the whole time. Like, we was there when George got the job, right? We started the year, we had Jeff Bisdell. That didn't go well. He was there the year before. They hired Michael Cooper. We didn't do well under Coop. Bring George in. He had a reputation of, I'm saying, winning, and just a few other stops he had been. But also, you also heard, like, just the rumblings around about who he is and how his players and him interact or lack thereof. So you hear that stuff, but how can a guy that was in the third pick in the draft that should have won Rookie of the Year, that led his team to the playoffs as a rookie, you come in his second year, how is that guy overrated when you get there?
Yeah,
no, these are facts, bro. I was. This is real time, dog. I was there, so you ain't got to look that shit up, Gil. I was there.
Okay.
Right? No, I was there. Right? Melo's in the second year when George got the job. 20 games in when George got the job. Led his team to the playoffs the year before as a rookie. And most of the basketball world thinks that LeBron James got Carmelo Anthony Rookie of the Year trophy at home. Just from optics. The team won. Western Conference was a lot harder. You okay, brother?
Oh shit, he coughing up there. We don't have to harp on this because he just sounded like he finna just go in on George Karl. But I just.
So the subject is Carmelo Anthony being overrated. I hope it's not the best 15.
We don't have to get into that. I just wanted.
We
to
can.
I wanted to put that out there, and just a quick basketball aside. Have y'all seen what other friend of the show Scottie Pippen is doing? Him and Luke Longley and Horace Grant.
The tour. Yes.
Please no.
Love it.
Please.
I love it.
The theme is
please no.
Telling the full story. The theme is telling all sides. The theme is getting in front of the narratives or being able to tell your truths and not letting the
new media,
the NBA of the world or the media sphere tell the story. So Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley are embarking on a no bull tour to share their perspective on the Last Dance story and their experiences playing with the Bulls in the 90s. Quote, a lot of people want to ask us about that bullshit documentary.
Double entendre.
Oh no.
Like that.
Oh shit.
Well, as you know me, I speak my mind. And it's going to be a no tour. Believe me, I tell you this. The X factor in the first three and the second three, I would have kicked Dennis Rodman.
Oh, my God.
A lot in that. Yeah. Come out and get the tickets, and you hear a lot. Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Oh, no. This is going to go one of one way. And this is not going to be a pretty ride. It's going to make for some reactions. It's not going to be a pretty ride. Oh, no.
I'm here for it, though, low-key.
I am terrified. I am terrified.
Nation back in chat. There's so much to talk about, man.
Pivot in.
Pivot back in.
I'm the pivot back. You got no one to go out and come back in a minute.
Okay. Oh my God. That's why I can pivot foot. You can always go back. Yeah. You can always spot up on pivot.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta always make a move.
But speaking of the old media, back to our friend JJ Reddick. So JJ Reddick basically has an issue with how, people are interpreting basketball, where they're getting their information from. And he is on First Take of all platforms calling it out.
Wait, what?
Now I want to address Stephen A's point. Since when is it players' jobs to educate people on basketball? When did that become a thing? Isn't that our job?
I'll answer.
I view that as my job. That's my job to educate people on basketball.
I'm letting you speak, then I'll answer.
It's our job, Stephen A., to educate people on basketball. It's our job. And here's the reality. This is the ecosystem we live in. I can do a video on my podcast. Where I break down the last 9 games the Pelicans have used Zion Williamson as the primary ball handler and what type of actions that has led to. I looked it up this morning. 54,000 views on YouTube. But I want to call out a coach yesterday. Oh, that gets tens of millions of engagements. That's the ecosystem we live in. So do fans actually want to be educated or not? Mm-hmm. Do they?
Well, JJ asked the question for me. But before we get into it, I want to tell y'all what's going on with Nick Wright. Nick Wright had something to say to that. This is JJ Reddick's quote about doing the podcast where he breaks down the last 9 Pelicans games. Cool. Nick Wright responds, I totally understand folks who aren't into televised sports discussion / debate. It's not for everyone. I will never understand someone who is incredibly wealthy, opts into working in the space, and then simply uses the platform to complain about how useless / dumb the space is.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep mine short, sweet, to the point. JJ was cooking last game, and you don't win every game, bro. I think he's not. His message isn't wrong. I ain't gonna lie, it's at least L execution to me, because to hop on first take, and essentially consistently, because it's not the first time he's called out how first take is run or how these media sport shows go. To essentially hop on first take and then just consistently do that. And I'm not gonna accuse him of like promoting his podcast and nothing, but like to essentially dunk on the product that you're consistently on. And now I'm not every day, but you've routinely been on there. It's kind of like and then he acknowledges that it's not even necessarily that show's fault, because that show, unless they were to just not want the views that he's even interpreted, it's the fans' fault. It's the fans that want more toxicity, want more drama, want more debate than they want actual education about the sport. If they wanted actual education about the sport, like you said, they would tune into those YouTube videos, but those YouTube videos, they're looking up the whole pod and everything. They're not popping up on the homepage. What's going to pop up on the homepage is who should retire first, LeBron or Curry or some shit like that, right? So I like what he's trying to address. I do think he's going about it the wrong way, because it's easily interpreted at least that his whole thing is, yo, these shows suck, they're toxic or whatever. But one, you're on them, and two, it's not about the shows for real. It's about the fans. The shows are just sports debates to me. And you either like them or you don't. The shows are sports debates.
Go ahead, Don.
I disagree. I think JJ's doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, not what he's supposed to do, but I can see if he has a problem with it, why not address the actual issue right then and there? I'm glad he did it that way. JJ, and he's always been a guy who, at least from what I've seen whenever I see JJ Reddick, definitely cares about at least something that I know we've had a conversation on, analysts discussing the game or color commentators discussing the game being awful and making it a bad product for the NBA. And everything he's preached has always leaned towards the betterment of that. So him coming out on first take, which I didn't think he was necessarily addressing first take. I feel like he was just addressing the fans and people in general. I think he was speaking through the first take audience to the masses for real. I didn't think it was necessarily just them, but that's valid. Why are you niggas just sitting around waiting for drama and petty shit instead of being like worried about the game of basketball, wanting to learn the game of basketball? And why aren't we teaching it to them? Why have we normalized just sitting here talking about petty shit? I think that was the perfect time to do it. If I had an issue with some shit going on YouTube, you think I'm going to talk about it on Twitch? Yeah, probably, because I'm recording and put it on YouTube, nigga. Like, what? I'm about to sit there and I'm going to address my issue on the platform. Yes, I'm going to try to collect my benefits from it. Yes, if I can get some monetary gain from it, cool. But I'm going to address I'm going to address the audience on the platform. I'm going to address the platform on the platform if I have a big enough platform to do that.
I'm gonna just ask.
Big enough platform to do that.
I'm gonna just ask, and then obviously be so no more can go. I'm gonna just ask. You don't think it's somewhat not? I wouldn't even say as extreme as unprofessional. Well, I might even say unprofessional, but definitely a little bit crazy that it's still not his platform that he's doing it on. So, like, at the end of the day, first take is, you could even just straight up say Stephen A's show, but it's definitely not JJ Reddick's. And if this were like JJ Reddick's show on ESPN, I'm all for it. I might be singing a whole different tune, but I think it's the thing that he's like guest appearing on first take. And it's like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like he being a guest really still warrants such a response or not, basically? I know.
Yes, because he still works for ESPN. And he frequents that show. This isn't a one-off thing. This wasn't JJ's first time going on the show. If JJ's first time being on first take, he pulled this shit, I'd have been like, all right, whoa, that's crazy. That's
wild. It would have been worse.
You probably blindsided him. You lied about what you were going to talk about just to get this shit off. Like, that's crazy. You planned this. JJ's been here for a little bit. Like, he's worked there routinely for a minute now. He has frequented first take. He has plenty of other moments on first take. I think he is well acquainted enough for that audience to say something. That's like me addressing something on PC. Like, nigga, I've been over there long enough to where if I got an issue, niggas ain't gonna be too mad if as long as it's not crazy dramatic but niggas ain't gonna be mad if I complain about the PC community in the PC community or to PC niggas. I'm there enough.
I'll say though, to answer Sage's question, to be fair, that is unprofessional. And I was gonna kind of bring it back to PC even before you said something, and I'm not knocking them or anything like that, but like when the whole ticket situation was going on and they addressed it on air, like that's unprofessional. And I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but just having that type of conversation, you know, on air is like unprofessional from JJ Reddick. Now, do I think the fans are smart enough to know that JJ is talking about them? No. Right. So
that's what's really unfortunate here.
But with JJ, and mind you, he might be upset that specific fans say it, but ultimately, once you come to realize, especially as like a content creator, that you have a niche, and then you're about to even niche inside that niche. You want to get a specific type of basketball watcher to watch, listen, and learn from you. And once you understand that, you'll just dive deep into that. Sure, maybe your numbers won't be as big as the drama or whatever the case may be. Hell, ironically, this conversation about it drama versus, analytics is causing the drama to push those numbers up even more. But you have to accept that you carve out that niche audience. To be honest with you, what some people would say is that audience pays more for sure. That's an actual audience, that's an actual community for it. Not just, a fly-by viewers. So, and you just got to accept that. I'm sorry, everybody's not gonna be educated. If dudes want to have that boy good talks and not analyze the games, to me it's like going to the park. If I go to the park, I just don't even talk about basketball. I might entertain it a little bit here and there, but they're gonna say something stupid. They gonna say some I don't know, Kemba Walker versus Steph Curry. Oh, they gonna say some Pau Gasol is better than Jokic. They gonna say some shit like that, and I just don't entertain it. I just fuck it. Fuck you.
I just find it weird that this was his criticism when and I understand he's criticizing the system, I guess, but he's an active participant, very active participant in the system. Like, we literally just spent an hour on this podcast talking about the JJ Reddick drama. On his podcast with the clips that he talks about when Tyrese Halliburton is on, when Luka is on. If you look at the titles and thumbnails, he is taking advantage of the stories of Luka and how we felt about Jalen Brunson leaving the team. Luka and his beef versus Devin Booker. And them clips go crazy. And he understands the value of those clips for his own platform. As far as what he said on First Take, if we just look back and listen to what he was asking people what NBA fans want. And I just think that question is way too vague to answer in that short of a time span. So it might be something he'd do a better job elaborating on his own podcast, where he has complete control of what the fuck he says, how long he has to say it, and stuff like that. But like what Omar's been saying, like, the beauty of social media is that there are these different pockets for all of the things that you want to talk about. I know he kind of undermined the 54,000 views, but bro, the fact that you can pull 54,000 views talking about a niche topic like Zion Williamson, that's the beauty of this. And even the drama is like just turn a negative into a positive type thing, because if it weren't for those clips, your platform wouldn't grow as much as it has. And those Zion clips that you talk about, they would not be having 54,000 views. And even that, I seen on my stream today, Who Venue do a video on that exact same topic, and he got 100K views. So JJ, it might be just a case of JJ, you just got to make a better video on it. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop you here, because before you just completely steal my point, the reason why I was letting everybody else go is because what JJ's saying, and someone said in the chat that he worked for ESPN, doesn't that make his criticism more valid? Even you could argue that. I'm saying doing that on a debate show is still objectively wrong, because at floor, you're talking to the wrong people, and at peak, it's kind of like, why are you talking about that right now? If JJ Reddick really wanted to, in my opinion, if he really wanted to do something about it, he's not going to talk to an audience that just wants to argue about shit. They're not going to, all they're going to do is want to argue what you're saying. But what he should do is he should go about maybe guest running and promoting it, or even hopefully getting a show, and that show is about these X's and O's, or maybe address how shows that don't really debate, that just are talking about some bullshit. Like if there's no debate show, I'm not familiar with all the ESPN shows out right now, but if a lot of the time Sports Center is just talking about highlights, talking about news, but they're never talking about like the intricacies of the game, and there's never a space where the game is educational, then that's the real thing for me. And that's why these players feel like they need to be the ones doing it. But then the problem with the players, obviously, is the players have their own biases and all that extra shit going on with them. So ultimately, fans aren't really learning anything unless they go to a YouTube, unless they go to things like that. And even YouTube can be wonky. So it's just hard to learn about the game without fans actually just going out and doing their own shit. Me and Damo have debated that for years. At the end of the day, nigga want to learn about the game, just watch the fucking game. But ultimately, in terms of like spoon feeding it to the audience, I don't think that's ever going to be what a First Take is for, Undisputed is for, First Things First or whatever, because these shows are about, I mean, it's fucking called First Take. Now I think about it, it's about objectively frame one, this happened, how do I feel about it? It's never been about teaching you the game. And when they bring on those guests that are supposed to do that, instead they don't. And it's unfortunate, but I just he needs to, there needs to be a show for it. I agree with what JJ's saying. I just think he went about it the wrong way, in my opinion.
But I think even that, like JJ Reddick and his podcast is already that show. He's just leveraging the problem that he's talking about. He's leveraging it perfectly. If anything, like he's using the drama clips, he's using these controversial clips as a funnel into his main podcast, where he has these nuanced conversations. If you look at the clips, and I would even assume if you literally combine all the clips together, put them into one video, it would still be shorter than the actual main podcast that it came from. So what that tells me is there is more room for conversations on this big podcast that you allow yourself to have. And again, I think that's the beauty of what social media is and what is done for sports media specifically. So harping on that part of it is kind of crazy to me. I don't know. Like I understand what he's trying to say, but I disagree with it.
I guess I could disagree with myself because I'm trying to see. I guess I could disagree with myself, maybe just looking at it from a devil's advocate way, because Damo is the only one disagreeing. If the goal of JJ Reddick is to persuade people that debate is stupid, maybe I see it. But then you have to also agree that arguing sports isn't cool, which I don't think is ever going to be a thing. So, but I could see that maybe that.
I think you know, JJ, if you want to make your platform, and you've been doing that, so I commend you, because JJ has Nikias under him, or he really heavily promotes Nikias. Mm-hmm. He shouted out another basketball creator that I'm about to put up on the screen. But if you want to be a place that pushes X and O basketball content, do it, love it. Mm-hmm. You know, shout out to the Dunked On podcast because I like them. He shouted out last week when he was on with Tyrese Halliburton, Caitlin Cooper, new person, just found her. I fuck with her content heavy. They were talking specifically about this play that she broke down from Hawks basketball. Tremendous play designed by Quinn Snyder, empty side, stack, pick and roll. But, you know, and then she goes through the play, or whatever the case may be. Oh, shit. I want to hear that. She goes through the play or whatever and talks about how they got a good shot off of it. And she goes through X's and O's. And if that's what you into, that's what you into. You know, I occasionally get into that. But again, you know, sometimes I like the knuckleheads. The good part, I like the knuckleheads. I just want to hear, when we first got into the league, who was the first person to bust your ass? Me, damn, who was the first person to bust Carlos Arroyo's ass? I need to know. I gotta know. But let's continue on. So and because B Souls isn't here, and stuff has been coming out since then. I kind of want to just jump back a weekend. The All-Star game is cooked. All the things that we have for it, the whole weekend, it's done. It's down the drain. It's donezo. If you didn't see Adam Silver, I think after the game when they gave the MVP trophy to Dame and saw how he was visibly looking, it looked terrible. He looked terrible. He looked disgruntled. And then it came out a couple of things. One, the NBA encouraging players to take the game seriously. And two, the efforts that the NBA has made in order to, you know, have better performances and better outlook. So Andre Iguodala, Larry Bird, and Julius Erving reportedly made visits to the All-Star locker rooms before the games to stress the importance of competitive play.
Oh, man.
Whoever snuck this photo is crazy. But yeah,
that's
this is it.
unfortunate.
And
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, I'm about to say you just throw it.
Shooting a shot off the thing. Now, mind you, Larry Bird at the beginning of the game, this was right before the game, he talked about it.
Because they play hard. The one thing I would really like to see is they play hard tonight in this All-Star game. I think it's very important when you have the best players in the world together. You got to compete, and you got to play hard, and you got to show the fans how good they really are. So I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm enjoying mine. Have a good All-Star game.
Yeah, I got a hot take about this, man. But keep going.
Now, they also changed the requirements from the All-Star weekend. They upped them for location's sake. You got to have, crazy amount of hotel rooms, crazy amount of convention center space, domestic flights going out left and right every single hour. I'll get the exact numbers. But it puts it to be like big cities, pretty much. Big cities are going to be the only ones that can not afford but accommodate these games. 7,200 hotel rooms in a minimum of 3 5-star hotels. Convention center of 650,000 square foot of exhibition space. 75 nonstop domestic flights and at least 20 international flights. Didn't really get who those places were, but people are putting the guesstimations in the bottom of who wouldn't make the cut. Milwaukee, Indiana, Cleveland, Charlotte, Detroit, Minnesota, OKC, Utah, Sacramento, San Antonio. B-Souls, we good. Boston, Atlanta, we good. Sage, I said we good too. Yeah, we good.
DC should be straight.
We good, man. Charlotte?
That's crazy. We had one. We hosted one. That's insane. We hosted one, and it wasn't even that bad. That's crazy.
It wasn't even that bad. What year y'all had?
Shit was cool.
It was one of the recent years. It had to be within the last.
Yeah, I think LaMelo was in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
I'd say it had to be within the last 2 years.
But last two things to tie into this, because I'm gonna be nasty with the last tie-in. Like I said, they've tried things to make things better. Vince Carter confirms that the NBA had plans to offer 4 superstars $1 million each to participate in the dunk contest, but the arrangement fell through when the guys pulled out. It was Kobe, T-Mac, LeBron, but guys didn't want to do it.
What year was this?
I don't know.
06.
I'm about to say this had to be like 05, 06, 07.
That would have been crazy, huh?
And they didn't want to do it then. And these are the competitors.
But it's LeBron's fault.
And I just want to put this last thing.
That's $1 million back then too,
because this is going to be nasty as a tie-in. This is from the NBA Central. The Blazers have lost 60% of their local viewership, indicating significant drop in their fan base.
Oh man.
The writing is on the wall. Not only is it the All-Star weekend that's dying, but the entire NBA.
I beg your pardon.
No.
Rats.
Pivot out.
And y'all wanted me to die in this niche, huh?
Trying to pivot out, man.
So you said you had a hot take. I mean, take it away, buddy. I don't know.
Yeah, my hot take when it comes to NBA All-Star Weekend is I truly don't like if the NBA somehow implements changes and rules to truly incentivize people and players to play hard, we are gonna see exactly what we saw a couple weeks ago when Joel Embiid got injured against the Warriors and that whole conversation. Now, hear me out. I feel like if players actually tried in the All-Star game, all it's going to take is one injury for all these fucking podcasts to go on their podcast and say, see, this is why we don't try. This is why we don't try. And now here we are. And now we're getting injured in meaningless games. And now there's going to be a counter movement to make the NBA looser once that shit happens. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. In my opinion. It's a hot take. I already see the faces.
You turned heel.
But yeah, that is my hot take.
You turned heel.
This brother is not cooking. Oh, my God.
Okay.
I'll go and then Omar, you want to go first or I'll go? Because I think we're gonna. I definitely disagree, but I see her. Omar, Damo said that he was.
Mine is short. If an NBA player gets hurt in an NBA game, like Like, does anybody hear
But an
it?
unnecessary NBA game.
You can say that about the game that Joel Embiid got hurt in. It was unnecessary for him to play.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
Y'all both stupid.
If an NBA player, and then you know what's crazy? They justified that to shorten the preseason in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's too many games.
They did.
We're getting hurt. We need to shorten the preseason. We need to shorten that.
Games now.
Then
I am pro the 65 game rule. That's all I'm saying.
Now, and then
I want people to try.
Then a couple weeks, years, or whatever later, teams are just underprepared. Oh shit, nigga. Y'all took out the training camps. Y'all took out the preseason, and now niggas is just coming in playing football. Now watch the football heads. Omar's such a fucking casual. But as I remember, that's what happened, and so it's the same. Man,
You're right. That's what I said. That's.
They get paid to play. Let them play basketball, dog. They was gonna do it in their offseason anyway. If that's the case, put in everybody's contract. Hey, don't play no recreational basketball. I don't want to see. If I see you with Chris and Chris Brickley in New York, or if I see you down there with Chris Johnson in Texas, or if I see you with Rico Hines in LA, if I see you in Seattle, if I see you doing a pro-am, Drew League, any of that, you're done. If y'all care that much, have them be done with all that.
My thing is, brother. Oh wait, no, I was supposed to let Damo go. So even debate. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think my problem is, Mr. Benji Souls, as I said last pod, is these niggas, as Omar was alluding to, will practice hard with Chris Brickley, other creators if they want to make a video with each other offline. But when it's All-Star Weekend with the fans that have literally adored you to the point where they're paying literally every ticket in that arena is overpriced. They're also tapping in with a bunch of other famous motherfuckers and shit, and y'all just don't want to put on a show. It's not only like, obviously they could do it, and I'm not saying 100%. That's where me and Omar disagree. Omar think, hey, bro, it's another game. Just go on ball. I'm saying at least 50, 60. Oh, you're not? All right, bet. Well, I'm saying like 50, 60% just be cool. Don't clothesline a nigga when they going for a dunk, but like same time, bro, just it don't hurt. It really don't hurt to just put on the show. If someone ever gets injured, yes, it'll be pointed to. But that's the same thing. That'd be like saying that shit with Team USA when Paul George snapped his leg in half or whatever the fuck. It'd be like, I mean, at that point, don't go over there because this ain't gonna do nothing for your NBA standards or anything like that. So I think it's a difference between asking for 50 and 0. And I think I find it, I will straight up find it disrespectful that they just don't want to put on a show for that audience. Like the whole weekend is about them not caring about everything but the 3-point contest. And it's ironic that the 3-point contest is the one thing that people actually like. It's the one time that they don't just go over there and try to miss threes. It's crazy to me.
Go ahead.
I thought you were cooking, so I mean, I feel it. I definitely see exactly what you mean. I see the vision. Players start playing hard. One bad incident, and then now everyone's on the opposite side, and we're on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's literally the East versus West changing to the captain pick or whatever it is, and then we do that for 3 years, and then I like we do miss East versus West. Hey, now that East versus West again, now niggas like the captain.
Nostalgia's stupid, Damo. No. I'll say that. Nostalgia's stupid. That's why that happened. Captains was fire. I don't know why the fuck. It was like, go back to the good old red and blue.
It happened a couple years. The niggas started asking. I mean, the East has caught up. I mean, the East is competitive.
Yeah, I hated that, man. Captains was fire. I don't know why they got rid of it.
Tougher than the West now. Maybe we should do East and West. And now we're doing that now, and we abolished a good idea. So I see where you're coming from. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's just in terms of it. For me, I am pro the 65 game rule. I want to make that clear. And if the NBA somehow incentivizes players to play harder in the All-Star game, I am for that. But all I'm saying is all it's going to take is one injury, and the conversations will look very, very similar to what was going on with Joel Embiid a couple weeks ago. And I would like to see how people's stance change if we even get to that point, which I don't think we will. But my big question that I asked on my stream is like, do y'all even care about the All-Star weekend being great? Or is it just like, for me, just another weekend? Just like it's just a media weekend, a spectacle event for the NBA. It's a break for the players. Like that's it. And I don't really care what the fuck happens because that's what it is to me at this point.
And that's the problem with it. The answer should be without a doubt yes. Whether you want to look at kids cartoons, whether you want to look at fucking WWE, whether you want to fucking look at the Grammy Awards, literally anything where a bunch of the top high-end superstars are in the same field and supposed to put on a show. This is the one atmosphere outside of the NFL, but the NFL is a completely different game because my God, you hit each other. That actually is crazy. But this is the one sphere where sports seems to be where it's like, oh yeah, we don't care. No, I should 100% care. All-Star Weekend is literally marketed because we should care. And the fact that it's a debate is because I think it's one of those things. I forgot what it's called, but when you're like numb to being abused type shit, like when you just get numb to the shit, it sounds crazy, but I'm serious. I think like literally fans have just been not even gaslit, but just been like given such bullshit over that like that question exists, and there's going to be people that say no, but reality is the answer should 1,000,000% be yes. It may should matter even more. Winning the dunk contest, I'm not going to say should matter in all time debates or anything like that, but that should be something that's like, oh wow, yo, bro is really fire. Winning the 3-point contest should be an agenda push for who's a good shooter, who's a great shooter. But it's not because these motherfuckers don't care. Being good in the All-Star game should be damn telling. But these niggas don't care. Now, that's obviously a perfect world going all out in the All-Star game. I'm never going to act like, yo, if Kobe got hurt in the 08 balling out in the All-Star game, I wouldn't cry in the car. I'd be pissed in the car. But, hey, I'm asking niggas to just practice. Just treat it like a practice, all right? If it's a blowout, it's a blowout. Treat it like a motherfucking practice. That whole fourth quarter shit, there's people like the nostalgia thing. I'm with Damo and UB Souls on the East versus West thing. That was the most nostalgia shit possible. I was actually shocked when they did it. I was like, oh, wow. The whole vibe a couple years ago was, oh, yeah, captains being able to pick. This is like pickup game vibes. But then they don't play a pickup game. Like, oh, my God. Like, play a pickup game, bro. Dead ass. Play it like how you would a pickup game. The last thing I'll say for anybody that's gonna try to cook up, because I don't be in the comments. I really need to check keep it about comments, but I don't. I'm just gonna ask, bro. We really having these conversations about world-class athlete right now? I'm not gonna lie. Like, listen. I know that sounds Mickey to motherfuckers, but Kevin Durant is 7 feet tall with elite mobility. He's probably shiftier than everyone watching this video, and he's 7 feet. Same thing with fucking Wemby. Wemby probably stronger than everybody watching this video, and we accuse him being scrawny. Not to mention super niggas. Granted, LeBron's old, but like Zion, D-Book even. I know D-Book ain't like these niggas are one of a kind athletes, and we're asking them for one night. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all can't do anything. I don't want my precious little nigga getting hurt. That's crazy, bro. Just one time, bro. One night.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time echoing what Sage said, but it never really made sense to me that people mark certain games to say like, oh well, they could get hurt, and a basketball player playing basketball could get hurt. Like it never really registered with me. Like I get what people are saying, but again, a basketball player playing basketball could get hurt. No shit, it is possible. But because you play more basketball doesn't inherently mean that you're going to get hurt. Yeah. So it is what it is. Again, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. Again, I think that there are alarms that are ringing off. There are sirens going off. And people are trying to correct it. And again, the youth is just, again, suck it, old man. The future is now. Halle 3! I'll rewatch the pod. Hey, I rewatched the last pod. I rewatched the last part. We are funny as fuck.
Oh my God.
Nah, and we be spitting because that specific scene, somebody like commented, and I went to the timestamp and I let it play in the shower. And I was like, damn, Sage is really spitting. Oh shit, Damo was really cooking. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody, these boys cooking. I didn't cut it off. And I listened to the rest of the pod. I was like, damn, these guys are fucking good.
Hey man, I'll say this, B Souls, because I seen someone type something, and I'll give you this, or I think we all agree. If there were to be a change, it's not Giannis comes out there and tries to drop 50 thing. Man, they would just clown him for tryharding, and then they'd be like, yo, why are you tryharding in the game or whatever? And then that'll probably set us back even 10 more years. So if for the change to actually happen, it's gotta be 10 niggas bet we hooping. And then that could set the tone. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll say that because Black Man brought it up. It'd be the easiest thing to call a motherfucker whack if only like 2 players out there try hard. And that'd be crazy.
I said this a couple of days ago. Like, I think the new generation would hate Kobe if he came up in this generation the way, like, we know Kobe. Like, a lot of players, if Kobe was a dude going into the All-Star game tryharding, that's what they would call him. They would call him a tryhard. They would call him an MJ Dick Rider. You know, these things, a mid-range merchant.
Yeah, actually, I agree.
So.
I don't agree with that, actually. I think if Kobe came up today, if he came up in this exact era, you're dropping Kobe into today's level of players. He's 20, 21 years old, and he's an all-star level player. I think if he's coming up today, he's going to see guys around, especially guys around his age, but he's going to see great players and think, I could bust your ass. And in today's league where, I mean, even with Benedict Mathurin, look at the reaction niggas got from Benedict Mathurin. I ain't know Benedict Mathurin was like that. I think he got a little bit of dog in him now, telling Jaden Ivey, nigga, you know you can't guard me, right? In the Rising Stars game. I didn't know he had that in him. So seeing stuff like that, I mean, if that's Kobe in the All-Star game telling Ant, hey, get locked up. And if he gets locked up, you think he's not going to get memed? If Shea gets locked up, you think niggas not going to go on Twitter immediately? See, this is why Ant's better than Shea. Look, Kobe's clamping him. Like, I feel we are coming from. There might be the trolly ass, classy niggas calling him a try hard, but then there'll be all the people that are begging people to try hard, championing that shit right now.
Not to say that it was all hate. Not to say that it would be all hate, but yeah, no. Go ahead, Zay.
I raise you the Tatum discourse. I raise you the Tatum discourse that's going on right now, where he called himself the best player. Tatum and Loki got quotes. I ain't gonna lie. Probably Celtics.
Don't be press run. Don't be press run, man.
Tatum got quotes, but I raise you that. I'm not even doing a gotcha. What do you think about that? Because that's what I think Kobe would be bordering. Well, not bordering. He'd be way fucking worse. What am I talking about?
I think they also call Kobe toxic too with his leadership style.
Yeah, I feel like they would be like, "Who the hell do you think you are? XYZ's better." And on top of that, you're not even that good, bro. You're inefficient. I feel like they be cooking. But yeah, what do you feel about like their perception on like guys like Tatum then? Because that's where I would like push back if anything.
Today's society will condemn anybody for being confident or saying what they're supposed to say. That's what I would raise you. We do this every year. Last year it was, John, are you fine in the West? Is that true, John? Are you fine? Like, oh, John, you're not fine. He's fine in the West. Are you serious? Like, that's just the society we live in. It doesn't matter who that player is. They're gonna when LeBron said, you know what, fuck it, I am the GOAT. You the GOAT? You said you the GOAT? What? It don't matter who the player is. So that's what I would raise you. You raise me.
Good. You're right. No debate.
I will raise you every year since we've been born. Any nigga that quotes himself in basketball and says anything, niggas attack.
Fair enough. You're right.
Yeah. Let's keep moving on. Get off some basketball. Well, slow.
Finally, jeez.
Basketball.
Oh fuck.
Pivoting out.
He's dying.
Just want to say, women's basketball is fantastic.
As a coach, I say, bitch, stay in this ball game. Stay excited. Stay enthusiastic. Pull your team through. I don't care if the officials are telling you to sit down.
What?
As a coach, I say, bitch.
Oh my. Look, we talked about it with Kenny. One hit a quick TKO.
I always wondered that, man. How do women talk trash, man?
We getting comfortable. Oh man.
I'm on your clip. Like, yo, crazy, bro.
I'm on your clip. Wait a minute.
Instead of I'm on your ass, I'm on your clip.
Why would we don't say I'm on your dick, B-Souls? Nobody says that.
I'm on your tip, nigga. What's up? I'm on your tip. What's up, nigga?
What are you talking about, dude? Jesus Christ.
You have a problem. You have a problem.
Now. Oh, green, nigga. On your tip. On your tip. Like what?
On your tip is crazy.
Boo pass. Now let me do it.
Stop. Boo pass is crazy. So crazy. We haven't really gotten into it. But Stephen A. Smith has kind of been like signaling that he's leaving ESPN for a minute now.
He left FanDuel.
Yeah, left FanDuel. Stephen A. And he's been going in. He's been telling stuff. I wanted to show this and then bring it to the next thing and then bring it to totally like podcasting. Stephen A. Smith says Pat McAfee doesn't have to be as polished at ESPN because he's white.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
We got him.
That's
now,
smart.
It's Black History Month. I'm not really going to go against,
Me too.
Pat is white. Okay. That's a fact. So it is what it is. But Nate Jones says, love Stephen A. Smith, but that's not it. It's because he came from YouTube and ESPN, licensed a successful show with a YouTube format versus hiring Pat to do a traditional ESPN show. If Kai Cenat started a sports show on YouTube and ESPN licensed it, it would be the same thing. Not complicated.
What podcast is this? They're sponsored by Chevy and Twisted Tea.
So I'm glad you noticed that. I'm glad you noticed that because that's gonna.
You know I noticed that. Come on, man.
That is gonna go into the final conversation. But let's take a little step to the side. Newest.
They act like two legends cannot coexist.
Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks are partnering to create a new podcast per at Complex. The podcast will be released every Wednesday and promises to feature a wide variety of high-profile special guests. Put them two in the room.
I will be there.
With Jaylen Brown. They gonna make it stink.
8 rings in 5 years. Yes.
This is a crazy picture.
Is that Mello?
Yeah.
Yes, it is Mello.
Miro about to explain on the pod. Mello, explain this picture. She was the Knicks weren't even an option. All right, dog. That's not the picture.
So I was listening to Joe Budden's podcast today, and as podcasters, I found this to be interesting. They were talking about a podcast that they're friends with that recently got shut down, or not shut down, but they ended the podcast. They released that they're ending their podcast. But this is what he has to say, and I think it's very interesting.
Are you talking about Mandy and
Mandy and Bridget, I think.
Yeah.
Kelly. So they shut down their podcast, but this is what Joe Budden has to say.
I think a lot. It's going to be some more dooms coming soon.
Listen, I'm on record. I'm well documented saying that I think the big boom is over. That whole podcast wave of everybody getting the biggest bag in the world is over, and I think we're going to see quite a few pods, succumb.
I agree. But shout to them. Congrats to their amazing run that they had.
They had a great run.
Yeah, I hit the round of applause.
Yeah, they did. Great things to come.
Yeah, I'm sure that both of them have some big plans ahead of them.
Not with us though. No.
When are y'all going to read the? I was looking for. I was about to read it.
Yeah, while y'all find it, listen, man, it's just with all the money being essentially gone, there's only but so many places for people to move and shake, and there's a lot of these companies that are ad companies that are bringing you on to see what your audience can do for that specific model, and if your audience is not helpful to them, right? Because it's not enough to resonate. Like, whatever you got to do to get an audience and resonate with them, that's on you, but that's totally separate from the business of podcasting. So if we hit the button on these ads and 1 and 1 is not equaling 2, then it's going to be tough to sustain. There's a lot of podcasts with business models that don't seem sustainable long term, right? This thing started as a low overhead thing where you could get a mic and a camera and become very profitable. But as it grew, niggas got staffs, sets, locations, productions,
post
socials, right? And if you are incurring those costs on your own, then I can see how that begins to get difficult. Some of the people that was chasing, right? At some point, you just knew what it was going to be. I mean, I don't want to. If I keep talking, I'm gonna have to talk in code, and I don't want to do that with y'all. But I never wanted to be in that position. Like, I know a lot of people didn't really understand a lot of what I was saying around that Spotify time, but I don't want to be in a position where every 2 to 3 years I'm convincing a staff of my value,
My worth,
and my worth. I don't even trust, depending on the market and where it will be in 3 years, to say that y'all are going to continue to invest in podcasting the way that you've been.
I mean, I think all of this just goes hand in hand, because even the higher brand deals you need higher viewership for. And if you want to build your model off of crowdfunding, you would still need high viewership for. I feel like at the end of the day, the answer is just high viewership and maintaining it. And what I've noticed from a lot of content creators is just, essentially, for lack of a better term, they just pick their poison. Like, ads are either their baseline and how they view, like, their baseline and how much they make, and everything else is just cherry on top. Or, newsflash with us, is kind of the opposite, where the crowdfunding, the clips, the AdSense, even though that's technically ads, you know, all of that is our baseline. Then any brand deals we'll get is the cherry on top.
He goes on to say that a lot of companies have closed up their podcast department, which we've seen. And even this week, what was that? Complex got bought out and basically laid off everybody over at Complex.
I didn't even know that. Damn. Really?
Oh, you ain't know that?
No, I did not see that.
I didn't see that.
Hold on, let me. It got bought. Was it? Yeah, I don't think somebody bought them. I think BuzzFeed, Vice, Complex, both Complex and Vice got platform. I gotta find this tweet, but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Complex got bought out, and then they got canned. Like the people that work there got canned.
That is crazy.
I mean, I think that, well, if anybody else has anything to say while I try to find this Complex.
I would just say, genuinely, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of stuff. I mean, I necessarily disagree with everything Joe Budden says. I'm a Joe Budden hater, but I mean, he was spitting to the people that I do feel like in the next upcoming years, because everyone just started to get a podcast. A lot of these people that started theirs a year and a half ago, these pandemic podcasts, for real, we might start seeing the end of them. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, even this was a pandemic podcast. Can't even hold you. I mean, this was a pandemic podcast, but a lot of the podcasts that started around, I mean, we've seen a lot of podcasts get canned over the years. So shout out a lot of those guys. We've seen a lot of people shut down everything or try to pivot it in a total different direction. They just pivoted it out off the court. I was like, damn, all right, good job, good game. Like, so I mean, he's not lying. That's all I gotta say about it.
I think there's a difference too when you come out the gate branded. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of the podcasts that Joe's talking about, and a lot of the NBA podcasts that y'all see, they come out the gate branded. But it's a little different when you grow the platform first, and then the brand deals come, because you already have essentially your proof of purchase, your proof of your business model, that you have the platform and you have the leverage. When all of that leverage goes to the brands first before you build a platform, and now you're relying on, I don't know, the $10,000 that the brand gives you, but your podcast is really only getting 2,000 views per pod, that's when you get fucked up. But if it's the other way around, like the Jeff Teague pod, I think is a perfect example of, like, they started building their platform first, and if they ever get bought out, yeah, as long as they maintain ownership, I think they're fine, and they can monetize properly.
BuzzFeed has sold Complex for $108.6 million and will lay off 16% of its remaining staffers in a restructuring to get back on financial track. That's a lot of their shit. And Vice recently went through some of the same stuff. Look, what Biso said to me is the biggest bingo. And we used to talk about it all the time in like the Discord and stuff like that, or offline calls, is that all these podcasts are popping up. Y'all remember when Kim Kardashian had a podcast on Spotify? And y'all remember when Barack and Michelle?
Yeah, I remember that
on Spotify, and all these people had Spotify's. And I mean, a podcast, and all of them started off like Biso said. Now, and mind you, remember we did this. We started at a certain level. Even Sage and Biso started consecrating on a certain level, but all of them started off with Roadcasters, with FX 30, whatever Sony camera that was the most expensive, with Shure mics, specifically with big lighting setups and all this stuff. They started out, the money was being pumped into them, and then like Biso said, they started off branded. We just saw a podcast clip where, or not even a clip, a picture where Stephen A was sitting on the Twisted Tea couch with the Chevrolet logo in the corner. And even when we watched that Mellow Pod, there was a
Prize Picks out the gate. I remember when they first came out, dog.
Higher layout.
And so
we was just watching Pat Bev with McDonald's. It was literally McDonald's branded right there. McDonald's everywhere. Yeah.
So and not saying that these guys, these are different categories, but these people start with so many brands, start with so much overhead, and they live off of brand deals. They live off of it. And me and Bisos have talked about this separately too. You got so much overhead, you living off of brand deals, and then one day that brand deal just does not come. One day that money just dried up. You hadn't built the audience yet. You're getting good numbers, you have some decent numbers, but your overhead is crazy. You got a space. Like a actual venue with the lights on and shit like that.
That's what happened with the thing is the podcast that we're talking about, I feel like. Because I think when they first came out, they were like under the Joe Budden Podcast Network, ironically. So, and they already had all the set. I think they were like in the same building. And Mandy and Bridget came from, they didn't have a platform together before they started that platform. And I don't know how the finances worked like prior to them ending, but I feel like it was a case of they were relying on brand deals for a minute. The brand deals dried up, and the AdSense money, what even is that? We don't have a membership set up, so how the fuck do we sustain this thing that needs $5,000 a month to sustain now, plus our living expenses and stuff?
And I want to make it clear for the ones who do listen to this pod and the Joe Budden Podcast. Shouts out to Heist. When Ian was talking about building like a subscription-based service and this is what it's for. This is what we've made some good money over the past couple of months over here.
I'm poor.
I'm gonna keep it
I
high.
saw the check today. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I did the
We had a
math.
down month.
No, and I thought we did too. And I looked at it and I was like, damn, bro, we getting all this money. Who the fuck is this? And I'm doing taxes too. Man, y'all boys making money over here. I ain't gonna lie. I tell every one of y'all girlfriends. But
everyone, huh?
Here this nigga go. Nonetheless, some of those are based off of sponsorships, but because we have a community and a Discord and a membership based thing, when this sponsorship goes down, we can float until the next one. Yeah, AdSense may go up and down and all this stuff, but as long as we keep having about 1,000 people in that Discord or whatever, and we provide content and all that, that's gonna stay there. But for them, they were ads. So when the AdSense went down in January, the sirens is going off. You sending that email, trying to get them to answer for Prize Picks, and it's a 4-day weekend. This shit getting crazy, and now you want to have big guests on there, and big guests want big things. Big guests want snacks. You know,
I'm glad we built the podcast so that we're not relying on guests at all. I will say that, because imagine like we'd be so worried. Oh shit, we don't have a guest, bro. We're about to get 5K views on our next pod. Like that's bro. I'd be stressing like damn, we ran out, bro. What do you want from us? Shit.
Some of these podcasts don't even do episodes if they don't have guests.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy ass concept.
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of these podcasts, or every episode is a new guest. It's based around this is who we have on the day, and I just don't know how. I mean, I know how it's sustainable. I just don't understand how you can rely on that form of content, especially for a podcast. Like, unless if you don't have that that foundation already.
Some people, like when they think of starting a podcast, that is what they think about, Dom. Which is crazy to me that that's how they think of it. But the idea of even doing an episode without a podcast. I forgot what clip I was watching. It was like, yeah, one of the changes I'm doing for my podcast in 2024 is treating it more like a conversation than a podcast with notes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know, but like a podcast to me has always just been motherfuckers having a conversation. I don't know. But some people like they have notes for every single thing they want to talk about. Every single episode has to have a guest, and if it doesn't have a guest, it's not a podcast for real. It's not a real episode. I don't know, but it's interesting the way people view content creation and the ad deal shit. I mean, I still give Omar pushback on that, specifically from the short form side of things. Like, I understand what you're saying. Maybe the Prize Picks deal will run out, or the FanDuel deal will run out, but specifically in that niche, because there's been a proven amount of years now that it's worked for people. Like, some of the people who manage those talents, like, they just know how to get those brand deals every single year as long as they maintain their numbers.
And that's true, but other dynamics come into play, and we're not gonna bog down this part. But I just want to say that it to me it should be complementary. Should be
I think you should just be as well rounded as you can. I think that's ultimately the best answer.
You should
so you don't rely on one thing or the other. But.
Just in case. Oh, and then Parks also said, not along with these companies, Spotify, we're ditching our podcast division. All these other companies ditching their podcast division. Y'all remember them podcast companies? It's not Audio Boom, but damn, some of these podcast companies just don't even exist anymore. Because the money's just shifting from one thing to the next. They came in, they got your money, they got your audience. They cut you that little 60-40 split. You took the 40, it's cool. And then they moved on to the next thing. They got that data, they got those emails, and they moved on to the next thing. And if you sit here every single year, every 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, chasing the next thing, chasing the next thing, chasing the next thing, you never build you a consistent audience that likes you for you. And people really just don't understand it. Knuckleheads right now, and I love that show, but all of 2024, they have only released reruns.
Damn.
But it's because they're guest reliant. They have first episode was the episode about Darius Miles and Q Rich. Every episode after that was guess. And that's cool. Until, hey man, you busy? Oh, okay, well we'll try to catch you in March. And you done called 20 people, and all of them you catching in March.
Yeah, that's why those podcasts never work. Those podcasts never work live, bro. If you hear how those I mean, when I heard how even peer-to-peer operated, like, it wasn't just one podcast every week with a guest. Like, they might record 3 guest pods in a day and just try to not talk about current topics so they can spread out those podcasts for a span of 3 weeks. So, and I don't know how y'all can live like that for real. That's not consistent enough for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even say much, but I'll just say when it came to Stephen A, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by it. If ESPN hypothetically were to meet the woo, I talked about early in this stream that I don't fucking know exactly what the shows are. JJ Reddick has called out the discourse or the intention of ESPN being wrong, and to a degree, even Stephen A might necessarily agree. And if he doesn't, that's fine. But at the end of the day, he's seen what's going on with Stephen A. Smith show, and I think he's in a situation where, unlike the podcast we're mentioning, he's going to be able to get his shit off. And I wouldn't be surprised if he really made the move. It's a move. That'd obviously probably be the move of the industry for a while. No dick suck. But I wouldn't be surprised by it at all, because unlike the majority of what we've mentioned thus far, Stephen A, he just wants to get his shit off and talk about whatever. Bro's talking about Pokemon now. Like, that don't even make no sense. Like, he's primarily sports for sure. And come on, we know the pivot I made, but Stephen A talking about Pokemon don't make no sense in hell. Bro just want to have fun, bro. So.
I think he's figured out that you're right. People want to hear, like, Stephen, and somebody said that on Twitter, like, yo, Stephen A could never talk about sports again. And if he just talked about whatever, like he was talking about sports, then, oh my God, everybody would just, like, everybody would listen. Like, everybody would just fucking listen. But you know another one, because I actually just heard this one. It was a recent All the Smoke episode. I be watching these basketball pods, listening to them. One of them that really resonated with Stephen A, I bet, is Dan Le Batard. Y'all know Dan Le Batard got kicked off ESPN?
He always brings up Dan Le Batard.
I didn't know
No, I did not.
So recently, Dan Le Batard's mentor's son got laid off by ESPN, and they didn't tell him. So that between that and a bunch of other stuff, years of other stuff, Dan Le Batard and ESPN split ways. And so now Dan Le Batard's building his own media company. All the Smoke left Showtime, and now they're with Dan Le Batard.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, all the Smoke left Showtime. They've maintained they have their own YouTube channel and all that stuff now, so they don't have to do this starting over. And that's another thing that Joe Budden talked about is like, you know, all y'all just continuously starting over with your new, we got a new channel. Oh, we're over here now. We're over here now. And you keep doing that time and time again. And sometimes it works for some people. Like, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure Kenny and them have been able to, you know, just straight up say, oh, well, you know, we're
That's
over
also
here.
the first time they've done it. So
Yeah. But and some people have done it 6 times over the past couple of years. But sometimes it don't work for some people. But nonetheless, so they're over there, and Dan Le Batard is like, yeah, one regret that I wish that I had was that I just didn't want to be so reliant on the machine for like X amount of years. I never thought to do what Pat McAfee did. I never thought to do what Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith are doing now. And that's building a platform that isn't reliant on ESPN, because that day might come. So,
yeah, that's what happened to a lot of those shows on ESPN.
Hope
They were
everybody
branded by
finds
ESPN.
work.
Yeah, they were branded by ESPN. ESPN had all them layoffs. Bro, what the fuck do I do, bro? Like, y'all were paying me a salary to host this podcast. I'm about to start over it. That's what I think that's what happened with I'm blanking on his name right now.
Doc,
Yeah,
all of the ESPN analysts, when me and specifically when me and Damo were in high school, literally all of them were gone.
Yeah, all them niggas are done. They're all gone.
I don't know where Kari at. Max got hold. I know I'm like a wee bit younger, but like
The Around the Horn dudes, are they?
yeah,
still
Around the Horns cook.
All them people.
Damn, bro. Yeah, hey, look, end of the day, I know this ain't the sexiest topic for a lot of chatters. End of the day, I think we can all agree though. I hope them niggas all right, man. I don't want to see people just out there no job. That's tough.
That is tough. I just wanted to say, because of the tweet or whatever, the quotes he talking about Stephen A. talking about him being black and Pat being white, just to speak on that too. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. That nigga's bugging. I'm not that just in that instant, he's bugging. That quote tweet was spot on. Pat had a brand, he had to establish the way he did his show. And I feel like they gave you the liberty, because what is the Stephen A. Smith show on? Is that also through ESPN?
Independent.
That's independent. That's not on ESPN.
No.
Keep doing the Stephen A. Smith show, and I promise you, once he gets profitable enough, they'll want you to do it on ESPN. Then you can talk about Pokemon and Ratatouilles all you want, man. I mean, like, you can do all the things you want to do. That's just the brand he built. I don't think it's a black or white thing. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking at some of these names now, man. It's crazy out there. I only got one more thing for my side personally. And it's not really my side. So apparently we have to discuss what you do when a celebrity calls your woman
Oh no.
up on stage.
Well, that was one of the two I had ready to go. Oh, please, no.
What do you do when a celebrity calls your woman up to the stage to dance?
This is one of them ones. All right, I'll just say, preface the clip with this.
I'm gonna mute it because he's. So this is OMAH, and this is at the OMAH concert, and she's fanned out, and she goes up on stage, and they do this very
little dance.
Yeah, a little,
little dance.
Oh man, gotta
she's
get.
like, right.
That's Buddy leaving.
That's Buddy staying.
Oh, not leaving. I'm about to say he's staying.
He's right there.
He's not
Right
leaving.
there, bro.
Security laughing at that nigga, bro. Oh my.
Why ain't no wait, boy? Why ain't no wait, boy? Why ain't no? Why ain't no wait, boy? Why ain't no wait, boy?
And so they showed them in the parking lot as well. In the parking lot, they were getting into it a little bit, and apparently it gets worse the different angles that they
kiss behind the curtain.
This is the parking lot thing. Let me we go into it because I definitely got to hear y'all thoughts. We might be some little disagreements, right? And then Q&A. This is definitely the time for you.
It was that bad, girl. Like, bro, you were holding the nigga's dick.
The way that I put your phone on.
Yeah,
Nah, you gotta fight me, nigga. You not about to be taking a photo of me. No, nigga, you about to.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
no,
lie.
bro. I'm going out crazy. I can't. There's that shit's so crazy.
Can we look? Comment section. Come here. Just one time, all right? Can we all agree on something? like the micro part of my point. Can we just agree, man? What the fuck? Like just this one time. Can we? Yo, what the fuck did I just see on my screen? Like, what? And not at the concert. Like, come on, bro. Now let's get to shit that people, I guess, may potentially disagree with. I'm not gonna lie. I said it last pod. I think I said it pod before, and I'm gonna say it again, bro. I'm not turning red pill. I'll never do that. Them niggas are corny to me. Sorry. But I ain't gonna lie. That's what happened when you let the e-hole size you up, bro. And like, this what happened when you go, hey, man, don't be insecure. That's what happens, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, on the stage, bro, what's up with embarrassing niggas like that, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie. She crazy, bro. And they'll had a whole arena laughing at your nigga, and then you just sitting there like, what did I do? Oh, my God.
Now let me just say, I'm gonna preference everything I say with this. No, I do not know the extent of their relationship. Right. I don't know if this is first, second, third date. I don't know if this is 5 years in. I don't know if they're married. I don't know if they're dating. I don't know the extent of how deep this goes. Another thing, with all these different angles and stuff that came out, all I seen personally from my end was him point at her. You did see this nigga talk to her for a second. Like they had a quick little convo when the camera panned over, and then it cuts, and then that bit is on stage. I don't know what was said. I don't know if he told her, "Hey, don't go." I don't know anything. So if that did happen, then maybe I will feel a lot differently. But from my POV, from what I just seen, you let that bit go on stage, and she embarrassed you. One, you don't got no home training. If you come to a show with a nigga, proceed to melt in his arms when another nigga points at you, go on stage and openly think no one sees you cheating. Like, didn't y'all say it's a picture of this bitch kiss? Like, she actually kissed the nigga. He palmed her ass and air thrusted her. She bent over and she got on her knees.
Both
like,
ways.
oh my God. It was crazy. You see, you know where you were sitting. You can see everything. You know what you were doing. That bitch is disgusting. The only thing I blame this nigga for is one, unless you needed a ride, why did your goofy ass stay? I don't know why we're still sitting there. I can go wait outside. I can go wait down the street. I'll go wait anywhere else. And you said that there was angles of them arguing or getting into it afterwards. Oh, you think you had something to say to this bitch after she did that? You thought there was need for conversation? You stupid idiot. You think there was something to talk about? No, there's nothing to say. Like, she did what she bent over and got on her knees for that nigga on stage in front of you, and you just watched it. That's the only thing I got to say about him. You're a cuck, buddy. Hit up.
Oh, yeah, you're a cuck.
You're a cuck. You're a cuck.
GTA. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know.
I didn't bring that up, but I'm good. Oh my God. No, it's not. I didn't bring it up, but you're right. He is a whole ass cuck for that. You let her. You're a cuck.
I think this is a situation that could have been easily preventable in so many different ways. Just so many different ways, man. Fuck what you got. What are you supposed to do in this situation? How do we prevent situations like this? You know what I'm saying? Who is the artist we're going to? How much does my girl actually like this artist?
Thank you, B.
And depending on how much my girl likes this artist, why the fuck am I gonna get front row tickets to this artist?
Yeah, you could.
Also, again, in that research process, what does this artist do during his concerts? Because I'm not gonna lie, and I understand like Usher did it during to the celebrity specifically, but after Usher did what he did, I'm not putting my girl in that position. Like, what the? No, bro, I'm good. I'm good. So if I am going to a concert like that where my girl is gonna fan out, we're sitting in middle bowl, upper bowl, okay? You gonna fan out from a distance.
I'm a raise you one. One, if your girl got good pussy, share. Okay, I know that's a hot take, but that's a hot take.
He's on fire.
Hot take.
No, he's not.
Destiny, okay.
no, he's not.
If you got good pussy, share. No, but I said this in the space. You know, of course she's wrong or whatever the case may be. She is wrong. We don't condone that. We're not justifying that at all. Know your situation, your surroundings. I looked into it. General admission tickets, cool. But it seems like y'all are some sort of super fans because y'all were at the front section. Now, if y'all ever been to a concert where there's general admissions, that means you either been to be in the front, you've had to wait in line 30 hours before the concert started, or you had
moved up hella.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you.
Excuse me.
Like y'all been up to Fillmore for my DC niggas, so you gotta fight your way up there.
Not a play fight for real. You might have to, you know what I'm saying, really get busy to get to the front section. It sounds like, and I saw people on Twitter trying to discredit him. He's not even like that, but it sounds like he's like that to her, right? Because there's no way you fighting like that or even buying those tickets. Them tickets is $100 when I looked it up. I'm not buying 200 tickets for somebody that you just don't care about. Like, you care about that person. So if you know that your girl is a stan fan, super fan, whatever you want to say, like Biso said, just don't even put him in that situation. If you and to raise it, fellas, it's 2024. Stop dating women who are fans of these people.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Fire! I was recently, someone hit me up and they said, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like Sice and Ruby on some shit. I was just trolling, and they was like, nah, I don't like that. Because all shit aside, we too old for celebrity crushes and shit. We had a conversation about that, so I was low-key gonna bring that on here. That's why I bookmarked it. I ain't gonna lie, for me, I think you always have them, but I think she built the fuck different, because the allure of a celebrity crush is this is someone you can never interact with. But but if you could, what would you do? And I used to have a joke when I was in like high school and shit. I ain't gonna lie, hey, we go to a Drake concert, Rihanna pop out, I'm single for 24 hours and shit like that. But at the end of the day, if that were to dead ass happen, I wouldn't have the balls, even, to be honest, to just go on stage with my girl in audience, let alone everybody know that's my girl in audience, and just draw on Rihanna like that. I can't, because I care about you, bro. I can't do that to you. And that's why I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, we could have that conversation. Hell, that could be a clip. But either way, yo, she is 101. That's crazy.
But again, I'm just saying, for me personally, ask her if she knows about you know, this artist's birthday, their zodiac sign, if she knows where they are currently. Oh yeah, he's in Chile or he's in Brazil. If she knows these things, that's not the one for you.
Right.
If she knows about the Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever, that's not the one for you, man. If she's keeping up with the Kardashians
is a cutoff show. I'll do that too. I know anime is the one. I know wrestling's one too. But there are cutoff shows. I think those two are corny. There's cutoff shows, Brian.
Come on, man. Just cut them. For me, that's where I draw the line. Oh, I lost.
Can I just add this? Bezos and Sage, if I had to ask you to guess the name of the song that he was singing when he invited her on stage, can you just give me
Bend you over, hands on your knees?
Well, actually, the name of the song is Bend Over. I'm sorry.
Damn. Come on, man.
He called her up while he was singing, in the middle of singing, Bend Over. Yeah, nah.
I also think this is a skit. I probably should have said that earlier, but I think this whole thing's a skit.
Rage did say that. Rage said it doesn't hit the same knowing that artists, do these things.
It looked a little bit too choreographed, bro. Like if you, and maybe that's just how crazy she is, but that whole sequence looked hella choreographed.
It looked like she
they
was
were in sync for real, dog. So
she studied his game though. She know about him.
She know about what he did the last 3 shows when he called up a girl for bend you over in the last 3 cities.
Bend you over, choke me out.
The one grace I get a nigga is if it's general admission, it's like ultimately, hey, maybe he didn't do his research. Maybe that's impractical to do his research, but she knew she knew and 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, all right, bro.
Do y'all know what's going on in Russia right now?
No. I'm very nervous.
No, I think we should tune in.
Okay.
Drewski.
Is that Drewski?
Credibility has always been that's my fault.
That's a decent fallback, and the ability to adjust the facts is highly concerning.
Well, let's just say the knowledge of the words are too high for me right now, so I'm gonna just say no.
See, but that's not even true. So you make that joke.
No, I have no clue what you just said.
Here's my question. If you found out that something that you were out there saying was not true, would you show remorse? Would you apologize for the fact that you had lied?
When you say remorse, you know what I'm saying?
What are we doing? I think it comes down to are you able to stand on facts and your own record?
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So
what the fuck?
Election season is heating up, dog.
Have y'all seen him on FS1? That shit was awkward as fuck too. Drewski on FS1 with Skip Bayless and pull up. That shit is so awkward, bro.
Undisputed?
Yeah, he was on Undisputed.
Wait, he just didn't know bar. He just didn't give a fuck about them jokes.
They made it into an interview.
Oh, what the hell? What?
And the questions were whack as shit, dog. If you could pull it up, that'd be great. But
man. I mean, this is. I say this. Hey, this will solve a lot of the things in terms of who funnier. You know who the media think funnier? It gotta be that nigga. He on the fucking news. Oh God.
I think I found it. Well, at least one of the clips. Yo, I don't know.
How was he on the news? I'm so confused.
What's Drewski about to tell me about Russian politics? I was so scared.
By the way, we do have an upcoming show, which is Could Have Been House, which you shot out here in LA, right? And it's going to appear when?
It will be on YouTube. So the first season will be on YouTube. We pretty much did this with our own money and put all the contestants from Could Have Been Records, the label, in one house competing for $50,000.
Suit in the picture.
We're just giving it.
Yeah.
You got to earn it.
All right.
Yeah.
So look at the question at the bottom. By the way, that's the only sports question they asked them. Who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Stop dick riding your clout, man. Get these old niggas off TV. I will say this too. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of niggas is putting on their own productions with their own money and putting it on YouTube. We had that conversation about RDC last pod. RDC.
What is Tylil doing? Did y'all see the trailer?
Tylil shit? Yeah.
Is that a backed up production or is that just him announcing that he's streaming on Twitch?
That's just him announcing that he's on Twitch. And I don't know if Sage, did you see it, Sage and Damo?
That trailer was crazy.
I heard the production, but
I mean,
my TL is so ass, and I'll mention my TL later today. In fact, let me put this.
Because you watch too much pornography, man.
Wait, what?
That's me.
You hear me, boy? Tell them, if you don't get your motherfucking ass over here and sit at the table like a family and eat your dinner, right?
Your mom and I was worried because it's late.
Yo, fuck all that. What the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck have you been? At the end of the day, I'm investing so much in my life over fucking 20-something years with you, Tom. For real, you're not going to work, you're not doing shit. And this is what your life is looking like now. Instead of getting a job, doing what you have to do, you're becoming nothing but a disappointment.
Hello. Oh my God, hello.
Hey, this guy.
Tell him get the fuck out of here.
You're not going for that. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people, getting fucked up every day, wasting your life.
Yo, where he at?
This is a Twitch announcement?
Yeah, I'm about to say, this is the Twitch announcement. It's crazy.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
I thought that was Ghost.
All that, just sitting over some bullshit. Yo, Brianna, what the fuck you doing with this nigga?
Who, Brianna?
don't even have nothing else to say. You Talib, like for real.
Where were you today?
With the bros.
Who? Mike? Deshaun? Them niggas is a bunch of thugs. I know why you roll with them. I bet you think everything is pretty good right now.
It might take them about 2 weeks to make a remake. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
remember me and my friends was on that shit. In the beginning,
like a cinematic,
it was like
dog.
a movie. Whole world slaving. While we was out there,
bad in that,
with
go
rats
for
a
it,
day.
Damn, what the fuck? You got some new sauce? Everything going through my heart. Shit shooting.
But how long that's gonna last for, Talib?
What's up, broski? Trap jumping.
Easy money?
Yo, mug. Zeno on the scene with the back.
That's the hardest money you gonna ever make, son.
Snowfall.
Good. So you're doing your thing out here, making that money, trying to expand. What you think about that? You're the
That's the course, son.
Don't make these last 20 years, Ty, of my life a waste, please.
Hey, y'all like this with oh shit. That's a crazy announcement, bro. Hey, look, niggas can go out there and talk about, hey, shit, it was like bad in terms of quality of the show, whatever. Go for it. That was high quality for no fucking reason. that was like a fucking that was like a movie. I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this episodic? I don't know.
I was just confused on what it was for up until the end, and even then, I'm still kind of like, how did the beginning correlate to it? But
Fuck all that.
I
Man,
don't know.
Mark,
Look, I'm with the rap.
man, Mark, if you don't hit up this nigga and make a shot, the goddamn movie or whatever, like, is this all out of him or is somebody like backing this for his stream? Whatever. This is all him. Fuck them Hollywood niggas.
The story was about him wasting his life, B-Souls, just doing different things, trapping and laying up with women that he's not supposed to lay up with, and now he's finding this path through Twitch. Because I don't know, for those that don't know Talil is one of Kai's friends, along with Punga. Jesus Christ, my mouse is going crazy right now. And I mean, for somebody with only 21 YouTube videos, I mean, he's got some. Let me go to popular. He's got some bangers. He's got some videos
real good. He got a lot of bangers for.
And he got a pop in TikTok.
Yeah, and a good TikTok, but inconsistency, and he might be really talking about just in his life he's been doing some other things, but nah, that's creativity. And again, like Damo just said, that to me, that's everything that I just seen is stuff that's available. That don't look no different than the camera that I got right here on my that I'm using as a webcam. Those actors, those look like people he know, but that lighting, all that stuff, that looks like stuff you could purchase with your money to get those people in house, those props, same thing. Set it up, bro. Mark.
I like seeing shit.
Dylan.
Leland.
Niggas gonna say in the last.
What did y'all say about the RDC shit? Because I missed it, to be honest with you. If someone could
Basically,
just recap.
they're hunting for shit that they shouldn't be hunting for. Like, it's like, I'm not gonna tell people how to live their life, blah blah blah, but ultimately they could do this shit by themselves. And then the debate that we had with chat was, well, would a production even think of them as notable? We were basically like, yeah, but they shouldn't do it anyway. So,
because what it would come with, like, and I think that's part of the reason why Kai even kind of went away from acting. This is just thoughts. I have no insider anything, but because he, one, blew up so much, and two, became so because acting is so formulaic. I remember Agent told him one time that, like, yo, when I do those commercials, because Agent used to do those Raptors commercials and stuff like that. He has a commercial with Scotty Barnes and stuff. He was like, yo, you got a marker and you can't move off that marker. There's an X on the floor and you can't move off that X. You might have 30 seconds of time to talk. Like, it's not what you think it is. And so he did go into the Good Burger thing. So I want to, his perspectives might have changed and he's just taking opportunities. But at the same time, it's just not literally, it's not what you think. You don't have that creative freedom as opposed to right there. And that's what RDC should take advantage of. You should have the funds, the resources. Again, I don't personally believe in the sponsorship shit. So do it yourself first and then maybe sponsors down the line. But fund it. Just fund the whole thing. Just
they
fund
clearly
it.
do, especially RDC with another thing we talked about was what kind of products they have already made with Anime House and shit like that. They already know how to do it.
I think a part of it too is like when I went to Cali for that short amount of time, I could clearly see and easily see the appeal of making it in Hollywood, being the big fish in the big pond.
Right, for sure.
So that might be a part of it too. Like I want that Hollywood backing to say that I got that Hollywood backing. You know what I'm saying? So
I said before Damo goes, because I know he about to speak, and I said they'll never be that big fish in that big pond. No, it's not a disrespect to them, but these people are gatekeepers. So because you didn't come the traditional way, they'll give you a little bit. They'll never give you the whole
fuck
thing.
that. They didn't grow. Industry plants a term for a reason. They didn't grow your ass, nigga.
Yeah. So,
in Hollywood, there are literal gates that have keepers.
Right.
In those neighborhoods.
And even for them, even if they do want to make it in Hollywood, my point on that, y'all still need to prove to them that it's worth doing. And that was my whole thing. I really was urging them to do it on their own or do it the way of however a content creator has to go through the metrics of YouTube and do, whether it's Mr. Beast, fucking whoever Ty Lil hit up for the goddamn production, like whoever it is, do it on your own and show them why it's worth doing. If nothing is stopping it from dropping full-length movies on YouTube. And if companies or production companies, whatever it is, start seeing the numbers they're pulling, doing it strictly on YouTube with their own goddamn money, I'm pretty sure they'll get a backing for it. We had a conversation on but are views equivalent to box office sales? At a certain point, I'm pretty sure they're gonna look at it as such. Compared to the fucking bombs that drop, the horrible shitty films that come out, or anything that buzz, if guys are doing it on their own indie films, crazy, just go past it. Indie films, if guys are doing regular indie films and they're competing with that, why wouldn't they take a shot at it if it's shown to be successful?
Just stop looking for the validation from those people and go listen to Quinta Brunson, Issa Rae, Donald Glover, and Vince Staples talk about how hard it was to get stuff up there, specifically for Black people. Just go another route, dog. Redefine what success is to you and do it that way. I mean, there's too many creatives on the internet.
But I do respect it though, the hunger, because it's a hunger thing to want to be that guy. So I respect it. I'm definitely on everybody else's side on this
podcast. In the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else for I bring up?
To be honest, I did, but it's not funny enough to warrant dragging the pod any further. We can just start this Q&A.
Yeah.
Because all I have is essentially the notes of Twitter.
Damn, I was gonna bring them.
I've been taking notes of what I see on the TL for 2 months. I'll drop it. I'll drop it in March. Don't worry about it.
David Gucci, how are you?
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
What's good, man?
Well, I'm 24. I live in Colorado. And can I get nasty with y'all real quick? This real quick.
Pause, but
what? I don't like where this is going.
Just real quick. I'm not gonna lift up
Colorado, and I want to get nasty. I don't like.
I'm not gonna lift up a white man during Black History Month. Jamal Crawford all day, every day, baby.
Oh no.
Let's be honest, bro. Like,
let's be honest.
Paul,
okay.
Paul's not all that. He's not.
Okay.
So you want the ball out of Chris Paul?
So you want Jamal and JJ playing together? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Or
so
put
Chris Paul on
JJ. Yeah.
He wants Chris Paul gone.
In 2000, what? Just
16, 15? 16, 15?
It was really like 13, 14 as well.
Right.
Yeah, they won 57 games, 13, 14.
You want to know how nasty you are? You just
14,
sat here and
15 as well.
You said you're not going to lift up a white man during Black History Month, but you would employ that they bench a black man for a white man?
Yeah, you benching Chris Paul for JJ Reddick.
Well, hey, I'd rather have like Chris Paul and JJ Reddick, but I mean Chris Paul and Jamal Crawford, but I don't know. I just
Type shit.
Okay, so the racial thing is just thrown out the window. So you want your perfect lineup is Jamal Crawford, JJ Reddick, Blake Barnes, Jordan.
Lob City.
Lob City with no lob.
His per 36 numbers ain't terrible, I guess.
Lob City with no lob, I guess.
Because look, Jamal
It's the city.
He can pass, he can do all that.
No, he can't. No,
Jamal
Yes, he
Crawford?
Yeah.
He can physically
To
pass
the level of Chris Paul.
Yes.
Then why
They just
didn't he
never-
do
they just
it?
never gave him a chance. You know?
No, they did.
Never got a
They
chance.
did. They did.
The
Well, yeah,
multiple,
like a little-
the multiple
you know, a little
argue-
10-day.
Right player, wrong era.
The people's
Type shit.
champion, arguable sixth man of all time to some people, not me, and certainly a guy that had endless time with bench units wasn't given a chance.
Bro had time and opportunity in New York and Chicago, and it just he's not. That's not him, bro.
Who was in New York around that time? What was it like? Carmelo?
No. This is
Eddie
Robert.
Curry and the boys.
You too young blood. That's crazy, man.
I'm about to say you
that
don't even know
2000s
Jamal
Knicks,
Crawford.
man.
You don't even know Jamal was a Bull. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Where was LeBron when you graduated high school? I like to ask this question now.
I don't remember. It was 2018. That's when I graduated.
Okay.
LA.
He was in Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
All right, get out of here, David.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get that one an argument, Chad. I'm
Lamar
sorry.
Johnson, how you doing today?
He's on fire.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Damn. Waited his whole life.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Oh man.
Damn.
Believe
What
in
is
you.
that in the back? Does he have a
I say,
streaming setup in the back?
Power in the back.
Lamont.
Dang, Baldur's Gate.
2,
You work
1.
that out. Work that out, buddy.
Work it out. We'll bring it back.
Oh, hello.
Yo,
How you
you're
doing today?
Yeah.
Omar,
Hello.
did you listen to the new Yeet yet?
I only listened to some of it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not cranking like I needed to, but I need to listen to it in a certain way. That may make it crank harder.
What's that way?
Yes. The first half is pretty good.
First half is pretty good. Yeah, I really need to get into it.
I think like his new album like suffers from like oversaturation basically. Like how every album nowadays is like 22 like songs. Like around there 15 to 22 or longer.
Yeah, from what I've heard, that's a fair criticism of it. But I mean, Yeet is still the GOAT, man. During Black History Month, fuck, I said it.
He's Mexican, right?
No, he's definitely not Mexican.
I don't know.
What is
I
he?
can't tell. He's just white.
I thought it was Mexican.
No,
I don't know.
He's like Istanbulian and
I thought he was.
He looks ambiguous basically.
White ambiguous?
Yeah, like he could
He
be
got-
anything.
he got some olive in his skin.
Yeah.
Like, what you think people would say about you, Bezos? Like, for real?
What you mean?
Like, if they was like, somebody was like, "Oh, where's he from?"
When I moved in 8th grade, some people literally spread the rumor that I'm from Hawaii. So there's that. Some people think I'm Mexican because of my last name. But nah, I'm in the middle, man. I'm a Filipino.
You got
Yeah,
some
the middle-
Mexican.
The middle of Hawaiian and Mexican is Filipino. I like that.
He is Romanian, British, and Mexican descent. So,
Damn, he really him.
thank you, little Mexican. Crazy. Yeah. Let's see if Lamont, you fixed it.
Hello?
All right.
Yeah. Yo, I just wanted to say, like, even though y'all really just talk ball now, I still enjoy the pod. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Really do. I'm not really like, I don't really watch basketball that much. I stopped watching in like 2016. So that was like
After 2016?
Damn.
Yeah.
That nigga
Why?
said,
That's when I stopped watching.
Fuck Bron.
I don't know. It was just like I saw.
You left
Well,
when the show
actually,
got
I
good,
stopped
I ain't gonna
watching
lie.
as soon as KD went to Golden State, and I was like, I don't really.
Okay, so the
Because
season
he left.
after. Okay.
Because I was an OKC fan, and he left OKC, and I was like, well,
Damn. So you just start watching basketball. Goddamn.
Kevin Durant was also my favorite player, so I was like, he's gonna do this to me.
That nigga pulled the Obito. That nigga said, "Yo, this world can't exist."
So I just stopped watching. I just stopped caring. But you know, with your podcast, I've been getting back into it, and you know, I've been enjoying it. I just want to say thank you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Also, Omar gets too much goddamn hate from the community. He's one of the best people on here. Okay,
I hope so. I mean, there's only 4 of us.
Low bar high school, so I don't know.
No. I mean, y'all like a lot. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Even like y'all really like stepped up, especially you, Sage. You really did get a lot of hate back in the day.
Hey,
you really did. Okay.
Rank the host right now, man.
Oh no.
Rank the host right now, bro.
Rank them.
Yeah.
Omar's one.
Oh, good. Okay.
Omar is one. I think. So, B-Souls, you have your moments. I'll say that when
it's always just
you
moments,
have those
isn't it?
moments, yo, it is so funny. No, but your moments are always like peak though.
Yeah,
your moments
man.
are always peaking though.
I get
But,
hey, who's 2
and then,
people?
okay, 2. Damn, bro. I think Damo is slightly above Sage. I'll say that. Just slightly.
Man,
it's real close. But
Damo, my moments, though, huh?
That's the OG. That's the OG.
The moments get you in
the moments are so good.
Diesel. You just kind of sit back and go.
I take third.
Type shit, you know, like I mean, like you
I'm a quarter center, chat. I'm JJ Reddick. I'm a quarter center on and off the court, bro. Nah, I feel it.
I'm not gonna lie. I can tell what you're gonna say most of the time. Like I already know what you're gonna say.
Predictable is crazy.
So I mean, you know, there's a playbook.
We've seen that before.
So
damn,
but,
the playbook is
like it's you know that's just how I feel.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
Yeah,
You don't like my hot take today, man? That was kind of left field.
I mean, you know, was it hot? It was a little warm.
Oh, now he cutting up. I ain't gonna lie. Now he cutting up. Now he cutting up. So I ain't gonna lie. Y'all might got y'all might got.
Yeah,
so Kenny Beecham got a Kenny Beecham pod now, huh? Okay. Let me start this B Souls pod up, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I do watch Souls and Sage though. I watch like every video though.
Oh yeah, like your top 2 on Souls and Sage.
Yeah, no,
yeah, and he has his moments.
Yeah, I have my moments.
I watch your VODs too. No, I like everybody on this pod, so you know.
Just some better than others. We get you.
Yeah.
Hey, Omar is definitely number 1 though. I'll say that.
Damn.
Bounce. Holy shit.
So you know this is?
Oh my god. Holy shit, bro. It's one of the moments. Yeah, it's another moment. Yeah, it's one of the moments, chat.
Hey, Damo. So he said me you right here. So what is closer, Damo to 1 or Souls to 3?
Damn.
Because you said me and Damo are relatives.
It's a good question.
I think Souls to 3.
Damn.
Okay, yeah.
This
is the nigga. No. This is the nigga that walked up to his desk at work today and said, "What's up on Meezy?" That's what the fuck this is. This is that nigga. I'm convinced. This is the nigga. Busy? Are you busy? Yo, Meezy was good. That's why Omar was so pissed.
You gotta be so many allegations this here, chat. This is insane, bro. I done lost all my platforms, bro.
Crazy work. Twitch, and when Omar went crazy, I was literally going to work, and I was like, I might have to call out of work and watch this pod. Like, no cap.
Oh my god, he's bouncing! Oh my god! Holy shit! This is illegal in 49 states outside of Atlanta, bro. What the fuck?
Yo, my bad. Y'all don't
Wait. Let me ask. Lamont. Let me ask.
It was all you. We just wouldn't be doing all this. We would not be doing it.
Lamont, please let me ask. Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Oh!
My mom is from North Carolina.
And that's why.
And your dad's from Boston.
Well, my dad's from New York. My dad's from New York.
And that's why. Because
That's
it's
the same thing.
Virginia don't count before y'all start that chat. Virginia, the ugly cousin of the DMV. That don't count.
Stop it.
That don't count. Hey, he should know that. Hey, he should know that. He should know that.
That's like Northern Virginia. I'm from Southern Virginia.
Oh yeah. You really know. Yeah.
Oh, this nigga's a hater.
Yeah.
Listen, if it was any of y'all, as long as he didn't say West Virginia, if any of y'all was this same shit was happening, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be dragging.
You would be calling him a bouncer, bro. Bounce, like, what the fuck? Stop
You
it,
have
bro.
a bouncing side effect. You have a bouncing sound effect out of nowhere. Just boing, boing, boing. Like you would have some crazy shit. I don't know. No one knew you had it. You just got it today.
And nobody has any proof that that's the case. Okay, all I hear is some jealous Nancy's. Okay.
Oh no, I ain't jealous. I found this shit funny, bro. I just
think
think.
it's hilarious. I'm glad.
So like we all B tier and Omar just A though. Damn.
It's more like y'all are all A and he's us.
Oh my
God damn! He's bouncing higher. I didn't even think he could bounce that high.
That's right.
He's getting air. He's airborne.
And that's why, because it just
He's
makes
doing flips. He's doing kick flips in the air.
Look,
well, I gotta be the best at what I do. So
that's why. It just makes sense.
He's going for 100, chat.
I'm just saying.
Look, Lamont, we appreciate you.
Are you in the Discord? Are you in the Discord? No.
I'm in Omar's though. All right, get the fuck out of here.
I'm in O-Block. I'm in O-Block.
I'm in a group chat. I'm in a group chat. All right, bro.
But see, but hold on, what? But if I bring you
Omar's Discord. No.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
They called him a bouncer. Bounce. What the fuck?
I've never in my life done that. I was happy when I seen you, but
now,
nigga, today in the space alone. Today in the space alone, you got called out for bouncing. What?
I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody could top you, Dwayne. Virtual bounce and IRL bounce is a crazy difference. It's a crazy difference.
You are 2 for 2, buddy. You got 2 much.
How you tag team bouncing? That's insane, dog. I've never seen it in my life. Never.
You were in the space. That nigga classy. Yo, Dwayne, this is pissing me off. He's the only nigga throwing them laughing emojis when Omar talks. What the fuck? I was dying. Yo, that nigga classy was hot. Yo, Omar said something. Yo, classy on the real. You're short. Yo, why is Dwayne laughing, bro? Like he's just spamming emotes.
Oh my god. I gotta pee, bro. I gotta pee. Oh shit. Okay. This is a good episode, man.
That was an S tier Q&A.
So say goodbye to the people. First day back to shit.
Goodbye, people. I'm leaving. I'm leaving, bro. I feel unloved here, man. Fuck.
You're
tired of it, bro.
Damo, say goodbye to the people.
All right, Chesby and my favorite midnight snack, and we will be back on stream tomorrow, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in to the LKIB rec runs. That might actually have to be a series because these runs are getting crazy. Now they're private pro-am runs. The community is growing. Shout out to the Wami Warriors, man.
Say about it, people.
All right, it's the final A tier host. All right, people, we'll fuck with y'all later. Amen, souls. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. Good luck. Good luck, Charlie. I saw someone tagging earlier. Probably going live. I just need to eat real quick. We'll probably go live later tonight. Y'all know my drill, man. We be live at fucking midnight for some reason, bro. Take care. Stay blessed. I'll see you niggas later.
Chat. Uploads every day, every other day. Type shit. I will be streaming this weekend. My girlfriend will be going out of town, so you know what that means. It's boys' night. We're gonna kill the whole new Avatar series on stream. We're gonna kill the Vince Staples show on stream. We're gonna do some pro-ams on stream. We're gonna have some anime debates on stream. We're gonna do everything because I'm not gonna lie.
That's great. My girl said she was going out to dinner one time, and I was like, "Oh, you are? That's how I can stream all day, huh?" She's like, "Oh, so you're happy I'm gone, huh?"
But tomorrow's scheduled debate. Apparently, I have a 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time debate. So be on the lookout for that. Follow me.
Is that the WNBA one or is that something else?
Yeah, it's always They always want to come in with the. Somebody hit me. I think he said on the YouTube.
This guy, he's pandering. Women have ovaries. They can't be good at basketball. Me, let's debate it, man. I don't know. So
y'all were quote TikToking each other. I haven't seen that in a minute.
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, you saw
that-
that joke. I did see
I
that.
was somebody else. I did that one, but and he got cooked. I ain't gonna lie. He just
He pulled up in the space or live?
no, he pulled up on TikTok live and he got baked.
Oh, y'all did it on TikTok live.
Yeah. I seen the little saga. I was curious. I seen it once. I was like, well, shit. Where'd he get this from? Oh, they said it was going live. I missed the live though.
He got baked like salmon. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 5. Appreciate you guys for coming out. With that being said, bye guys.